Batman lah, pasti.
Batman ya?
Nggak tahu sih.
Kayak kalau udah ke lower bracket atau match yang ini kalah dia ganti main freak dah. By paper bagusan Genji ya.
Halo guys, welcome back again. This is Bang Baicin. Sekarang kita watch party. Kita nobar lagi, nobar. Langsung aja ya. Sabar. Kita rapiin dulu dah. Malam amat bang, iya cok. Pici, poco, karon supremasi. Iya ci, siap karon. Emang nih karon ini banget deh. Akhirnya mandi ya lu. Buset gue mandi ya babi. Mandi gue. Kita mau melihat the real smoker jago guys. Makasih ya udah stream lu nemenin gue berak babi lu ya.
Asen. Oh.
Langsung lah anjing. Anjay.
Kalau di cider map tuh
both have rookies on the team meant to breathe new life into these teams, and I just can't express how excited I am as an America's player to just be here in America and seeing this live. Normally we're up till 3 a.m. watching it, but experiencing it live is a whole
Split
other feeling.
menang mana nih Ci?
And looking at the Omen map selection,
Lu mah nggak usah gue tanya, pasti lu jawabnya ya menang Genji lah, ada karon gue, tai. Abang-abangan karon.
We got Ascend, we got Icebox. That Icebox coming in after what happened to Team Heretics is definitely going to be a fun one. But seeing things start on Ascent, this is a map again. Genji played very much by
udah pasti dia karon. Karon lah.
Genji back to the basics, fundamental Valorant map for that.
Exactly, and I think Ascent is a map where you are punished more so for your mistakes than really any other map. It's kind of a battle between who can make the least mistakes, especially because this map has been played for so long.
Kasih paham karon.
Everything that's to do on this map has been done. It has
dia bukan muslim ya babi. Dia bukan muslim ya babi.
Exactly, I feel like we're going to see long drawn out rounds, at least from the side.
Tiba-tiba.
Slow rounds, and what does that mean? All of a sudden, the value of an operator goes way through the roof. So,
iya Korazo, malam banget. Soalnya memang jadwal di sana malam Korazo. Jersey putih Genji cakep juga ya, clean gitu.
and Paper Rex did experiment here
Cakepan
outside of
jersey
VCT
RRQ,
recently.
sumpah.
They ran Deadlock
Sumpah,
Chamber.
nih.
Is that something you think could work perhaps on the global stage against Genji?
I think it could, given that we were talking about so much about the op prowess and having a chamber
Cakepan
player,
jersey
you're
RRQ
pretty much
nih,
setting them up
kasih
onto
unjuk.
these lines and getting the operator in their hands as soon as possible. And having that extra chip, I mean, you're never going to complain on a map like Ascent.
I mean, that would just be the ultimate matchup, right?
Gila.
Of the classic versus the techie off
Jersey
the wall
RRQ, bro.
Paper X style.
Juara
Would definitely
Pasifik,
be
bro.
a fun clash to see.
I'm
Ini gua
hoping we
tinggal
see something
nonton
funky
tuh
because
cuma
again, I
pengen
don't
tahu
want to read too
aja
much into it. They've had a
siapa
little
yang
bit of
bakal
time
jadi
since
lawan
then to
RRQ
work
gitu
on this.
yang
It will
bakal
also be the
dibantai
first
sama
Ascent
RRQ.
we see of
Anjing.
Masters Toronto.
Right.
All
Gila,
the teams
dahsyat
have
Toronto
not really
ya.
been favoring this map so far, so Mel,
Gua
I'm
pakai
happy that the
gua
first time we
pakai
see this is
kalau
these two
pas
teams that aren't
RRQ
afraid
main.
to get weird.
And I'm honestly
Ah,
looking
kamu
towards
nggak
Genji
nonton
because so far
Bilibili?
we've seen
Tadi
them
saya
really
lagi main
lean into
Palo,
Viper. That
Wendy.
has been
Cuman
their read and their response
streamnya
to Tail
pusing
getting
kepala
nerfed is,
saya.
can we incorporate double controller
Jadi nge-lag
into a
saya
lot
main
of maps?
Palo.
And Ascent normally isn't a map where we see a lot of double controller, but if any team is gonna make
Jadi saya
that
lebih baik
gamble, I could 100% see
Yeah.
it.
Palo beres,
You don't see
kita
a lot of
nonton
it
yang
nowadays,
view-nya
but it is
rame aja.
playable on the map, and you think like
MPL
in
kan
the
juga
history of the
gitu,
game, there's
Wen.
been a lot of teams that have experimented with it. We've seen Loud play
Cloud9.
styles
Main
like
Freak
that,
minum
yeah,
Golda
exactly.
dulu.
And honestly, there's a lot of cool things you can do with a pick like that, even in terms of like denying an enemy offer on the attacking side
Tiba-tiba
as
suruh
well.
minum
So
Golda
I don't
aja.
know. To me, Genji, they're still in my
Set
head.
Peprek
This team
semua
that
nih.
plays these older styles, but
Nanti
with us
playoff
seeing
itu
more and
sistemnya
more
draft
of them
pick.
playing the double controller, there's certainly some
Lah,
options.
kocak nih
I'm
lihat
not
tuh, Wen.
going to, you know, I'm
Dulu
not
kan
gonna
udah
deny
di
a
pick ya,
Korean
ini sekarang
team
masih di custom
playing the
dulu tuh,
Korean
belum
comp
masuk.
on Ascend, that they invent the stuff that they invent on this
Sosokan
map, you know, we
ala-ala.
still, yeah, everyone else still copies this, so
Di
if
Toronto
it-
ada
if it
Golda
works,
sama
if it
Granita nggak,
ain't
Cin?
broken,
Wah,
don't
kalau
fix
itu
it,
gua kurang
sama
tahu ya.
Yeah, and that's kind of Genji's
Don't
play.
touch
I
my
feel like they've just got
Nongjing.
such a keen understanding of how to play the maps
Cigarette.
in their pool, both from a calling way, from an individual style as well, that you have to like bring such a level of individual firepower and strong game plan in order to ever break this team.
And I think Paper Rex is a team that I want to say Ascent was the birthplace of us
Mas gua
seeing
mah
that
sama malah.
really true combination of
Club Duel X.
firepower and understanding of the macro and util, because
Sabar,
I remember
guys.
in the off season people were watch partying Paper Rex's games and their
Iya, jadi yang di playoff pilih lawan dari
This
Swiss
on
stage.
Ascent,
Oh,
waiting for
pilih.
the zone. It sounds crazy to say, but Paper Rex of the old
Pasti
was such
Genji
a
bakal
dual
jadi
heavy
last
team,
pick.
and I really
Ini
think
Iyalah.
it's the birthplace of when we started to see Paper Rex.
Serius.
Chewy on Pro.
Itu info terbarunya, Wen.
So why
Soalnya
you
belum ada
saying
penjelasan,
you're
Wen.
as if we're not gonna make you do one of those, Christy?
Are we?
Because there's no way you
Cut,
could
cut,
make
you
me
know,
do
cut,
that.
cut.
When you say no way, there is always a way. Everybody has a price. What
Di
is
Toronto
the-
adanya
the
kopi
minimum
cup,
market?
kopi
Oh,
cup
the
asem,
shoes,
kocak.
sorry.
It's a clean shoe. Brand new shoe.
Iya milih tapi
What if
jadi,
it was, who was your favorite player?
misalkan RRQ, Fanatic, G2 sama yang juara tuh siapa ya?
What about
Lupa.
you, Mel? One of you two. One
Itu
of you
nanti
two.
dari 4 tim itu dia drawing gitu kan. First pick orang palingan Sentinel.
If we
Dia
get a
lagi.
double chamber head to head, I'll do it. You know what? I'm
There
not
is
gonna back
a
down.
0% chance Genji play chamber.
Well, Foxy
Anjing,
Nice
main
over
Harbor,
it, and
anjir.
if this somehow happened, I will do
Di
a
Asen.
Chewy in the crowd. And if this,
Oh,
this
dua
is, you know,
smoker nih.
evidence that I would do it.
Jing,
But
main
they're all
chamber.
hovering right now. Nobody
Jing,
has locked in. They're
chamber.
teasing us.
They're
The
just
fuck?
keeping us on our toes.
Minuman paling gacha si
And
Universe
if
itu
a
sih.
chamber does get picked, I want to say it was Divide that played the
Kenapa
chamber,
gak?
of course,
Iya
before,
juga
so
sih, nggak salah.
if it goes
Ya kalau
over to
dapat
Jing, I'm
last
not
pick
gonna
ya lu
complain,
lawan
but it doesn't
sisanya.
look like we're gonna get the chamber
RRQ
versus
first pick
chamber.
nggak sih?
Man, I need someone to lock my anxiety
RRQ.
to the roof. I have anxiety, y'all. Okay,
We got a KO.
Lagi pada scream nggak
Normality
anak-anak?
has returned, yes.
Almost
Apa lagi
too
pada
normal.
Yes, the
Istirahat,
agent you must
ngasok-ngasok.
play on this map.
Yeah, it's too normal. Look at the other side of these hovers. The hovers on the other side tells a very different story.
Oh, it's Viper for Divide.
Sampai
Viper.
Gecko jadinya.
It's
Oh,
Rex.
cuma
Oh my God,
pick
they
ininya
lost.
doang.
Wait, Gecko?
Pinter
Viper
banget.
Gecko on Ascent.
Wow, this is
Apa
complete
sih, nggak
reversal
jelas
who I
ininya,
thought was
Cok.
going to be picking Viper. This
Batman,
is
Fred,
insane.
Dava,
But again, like,
Jing.
I think Viper is so cool. They're starting on defense, unfortunately, but once they move
Ash
to attack,
pakai
like,
sofa
you
lagi,
can do things
sofa
like
lagi.
put mid orbs, you put mid walls as well. There's a lot of different additive smokes you can make.
Menang
Just
Peprek sih
make
round
the
pertama.
Jet's life on the other side really difficult with you.
Kenapa
You know what I
rata-rata
was saying earlier
Ascent
about
jadi
Ascent?
first map?
What's there
Nih,
to be seen is out
Ascent
there,
itu
but this is
adalah
completely
map
subverting
paling
everything that I've
gampang.
laid out.
Kenapa gue bilang
4 of
paling
the
gampang?
agents Paper Rex is playing
Karena
are so off
kalau
meta.
Mas
This could prove
itu
Yeah.
kalau
difficult for Genji.
Yeah, and they
Kalau
did run this
lagi
comeback
di
at
Dredge,
Masters
itu
Madrid.
kan
I knew
bentukannya
I'd seen
kayak
it
Ascent.
somewhere before. It's time to throw
Nggak
this
tahu
over to
ya
your
kalau nggak
casters,
jadi
making
sistem
their
pick gitu.
debut casting Genji Genji versus
drawing
Paper X
ball
on
lagi
the
yang
stage. It's
gini-gini terus
Achilles
bukannya di
and
bawah
Paper.
curang jing.
Well, here we go. It's the first time that you and I get to cast these two teams up against each other at an
Acer paling
international
stabil
event.
defense attack-nya, betul.
And we're still getting weird stuff. Paper X continuing to
Latihan
iterate and
di
to
itu
develop.
juga kan Asen.
Is this burnt?
Di
Is
the
this going to
range.
be delicious? I have no
Range
idea,
Asen,
but
bro.
they certainly have cooked.
It's just classic Paper Rex. I mean, it almost feels like a sunset comp. It should be very interesting to see how they're
When
going to
bisa
run it.
main
I mean, early
party
with
lima.
the toxic screen,
Komsnya
cutting
kompak
off the
semua.
front of A, and they're setting up some kind of mid-hit, but all of Gen G right now
Kenapa gini?
leaning in the A direction. The one way there from Forsaken to slow it down just a bit. But
Di depan,
this
di
has been
belakang aja
looking
lah.
A all the way.
Kedengeran kan suara gue ya biar nggak terlalu dekat sama kipas
Doing a
jing.
little bit of diligence, checking wine with
Sunset
the knife,
nanti kuat
making
banget
sure
defense Cypher
that's going to be
split
clear for this
series.
push forward.
Bener sih.
And some pressure going to be put potentially on the Patman early, but
Gila
not
Wendy
really quite
setelah
reading this just yet.
menemani RRQ Valorant segitu lamanya akhirnya
Cut off that door. Nanoswarm as well going to be invested.
Tuh, lihat.
Forces to buy away. So
Lihat
around the front, straight
Forsaken.
through that smoke.
entry
Minor
yang
amounts of damage taken here by a couple
Karon
players
deh.
inside of Gen G, but for now we'll
Lihat
have
Karon kalau jadi
sight under
smoker
their controls. They look to try to go
duelist
for this plan,
entry
but
bantu
Paper X do
entry
not want to
Jing.
allow that to happen. Forsaken is just running at them. Managing to find one. Ash
Dapat lagi
ready attack Forsaken
Forsaken.
with a second. Something can get a piece of the pie.
Last player standing.
And suddenly we find
One
ourselves now
enemy
in the
remaining.
1v1. The
Ah
tap's
kalah
coming
sama
through, and
Foxy
Foxy
9 cok.
finds the headshot.
Ini siapapun yang kalah kayaknya
Gen
besok
G.
tetap menang lagi dah ke playoff.
Continuing in pistol dominance. Didn't
Iya,
drop
2-1
one
skornya.
yesterday. Looks like they're looking to stick to the same script here.
Curang cok.
It's kind of a rock, paper, scissors in the game plan there. Paper Rex looking mid all the way. Meanwhile, Gen G just thinking A. And the retake looked pretty good initially for Paper Rex. They throw in a paranoia. They're using the fade util to force all the players into hell, and they have a real good chance. Jinx didn't quite find the shots though with the
Oh
Sheriff.
kalah senjata.
That forces Forsaken into the 1v1 after he cleans out hell.
NRQ,
Can't quite
tapi
finish
berarti
the job
pot
against
yang
Foxy.
playoff auto itu belum
Close.
diumumin ya Wendy? Yang
Gen G comes out just
bola-bolanya.
ahead in a very
Ini
important
yang
opening
pertama
pistol on their
pasti yang
attacker
kayak
side.
RRQ yang juara.
Full investment, everybody with a
Baru
weapon beyond the pistols
yang
here for Gen G.
menang 2-0.
Forsaken sih akhirnya
2-0 ke
Already
3-0.
and Foxy 9, Marshall in hand, waiting to see if there's any kind of big push out of the A site. But Paper X, they've already rotated and stacked everybody here at B. You see up over the top, take a chase.
Dapat lagi.
Finding one, but Munchkin answering back in reply. That Stinger able to find two quick kills. The Spectre as
Absent.
well. SMG's coming out on top here. So still going to commit to the pivot across towards that A site. So still maybe an
Sabi
opportunity
kaya
for something to get the
classic
jump
sih.
and find a bit more damage here. Here's the footsteps, finds
Dapat
the
lagi.
headshot instantaneously.
Down
Scout
A.
dodges. Now finds himself with a
Wah,
weapon in hand,
ente.
and Foxy 9 will be able to get the shot. So a bit of damage going to be suffered here, but Gen G
Kan main lagi kalau kalah
2-0
dari
start.
sini masih
Yeah,
ada
they're gonna keep a
chance.
couple of those
Iya
Guardians
1-2
Very
itu
potent
masih
weapons
lolos.
in the hands of those players. Paper Rex
Kalau dari
and a
sini
couple
kan
sheriffs in there.
1-1, 2-0 sama
Mostly
0-2,
be up
0-2
with
eliminasi.
Rifles, few half armors,
Ini
regen
match
shield
ini
for Jinx.
match hari ini tuh isinya yang
Off the rip here,
lolos playoff
Forsaken
semua.
just playing that corner for the sheriff.
Kan
Batman
main
scoops it up, tries to go for something,
Acik
but
main di stage
Munchkin
basket main
can't have
di
much
warnet
of
kok
it.
kurang gitu.
Foxy
Ya
9 reliable on the
sumpah
back end
lihat
2 rounds in a
Mas
row for
Mas
Gen
Adam
G.
itu
Things getting scrappy between
stage-nya
two teams who
kurang.
know each other very, very well.
betul Mas Adam
Last year
kurang
in
banget
Pacific,
tuh
of
kata
course,
Wendy juga kurang tapi
Faced
kalau
off
kamu nonton
in
grand final
kickoff
MP
and stage 1
8 itu
grand
nggak
finals. One
Iya
going
lagi
Gen
anjing
G's way,
kayak
one going
Forsaken
Paper
sih
Rex's
gila ya.
way. So there is
turnamen
quite
pas
a bit of
meeting
history here.
anjing.
Both
School
teams
sekolah
want
semasa.
this win desperately, but as you saw in the pre-show
Ribut,
interview
dong.
with them, there's a lot of love on both sides too.
timing on the flash. No one there to receive it though. Forsaken go for a couple straight
Greedy
shots
banget
from
per
here.
second anjing dapat
Does nearly find some damage.
Bentar lagi.
Just a pixel out of place there.
Ini
Out of the noise,
Genji
Gen
ngiranya
G
pasti
try to
default anjir.
convince Paper X to maybe try to rotate
Gue
out.
berharap
Man, now
MIBR bisa menang
Sorry,
lawan
sorry.
Liquid dan RRQ pick MIBR.
doesn't spot
Tapi
him.
lawannya Aspas jing.
This is something
Ya
back
kalau
on Gecko.
Aspasnya bad day kayak kemarin sih oke.
Played quite a bit previously. Foxy 9 trying to create some attention over at the B site, but that is going to pull Patman over a little bit, it looks like. Forsaken now uses the paranoia to stall just a little bit. He's going to try to fight this, maybe.
Connect on damn near everybody.
Oh, anjing tekstur dapat.
Aligned fast enough. Texture narrowly surviving. Able to find that kill. Losing connecting with
30
Naron
seconds
safe
left.
in position. Rotates across. Shuts the door. Paper X trying to get clustered up. Foxy 9
Kapan
still
lagi
in a
bisa
very
lihat
deep
Game
flank
King
just now
versus
making his way
Aspas?
out towards B as the spike is ready
Iya
to be planted.
sih.
But Texture
Cuman kan
Take some space up and towards heaven.
ya kalau
Along the
sebagai
wayside, Patman,
fans
the pre-fire, able to find
RRQ
one Karen, not
berharapnya
going to be dead as
juara
well.
nggak sih,
Something
Wen?
away with the elimination.
Meskipun berat ya.
Going out, spotting the drop down. Munchkins gets that kill. Foxing out now. Foxing out now. Striking in from behind. Finds Jay Munchkin gets another.
Gelo
Runs him
anjing.
down for 3. Gen G convert the bonus.
Ini kayak berat
Just
sebelah
incredible
gitu
stuff
nggak sih?
here from Gen G. This is just classic of the way that they want to call it, of the way that Munchkin likes to operate on any map. Doesn't matter where they are. Let the Sentinel player do some lurking. Find your moment to strike. They do a great job being patient in the early part of the round. They don't fall into the little trap that Paper Rex is trying to set up in A main. Let's go, guys! Let's go!
Let's go guys, let's
Never
go.
the hype man.
Yeah, he's very fired up. He's been very, very hype. A bunch of sheriffs and
Suara
one
apa,
stinger
Jing,
there
tadi?
for Jing. Jing thinking about trying to push his corner. Texture just holding this. Crouched right around there.
Semoga aspasnya lagi bad day sih, Wen.
And up over the top here.
Kemarin
All 5
T1
players from Paper
Pacific
Rex on
udah
the
menang
stack.
nih.
Foxy slow to scale forward towards A,
Ya
so
Tuhan, jangan sampai
something
gua
tells me they're not
ketiduran.
going to identify that this is the open side of the map.
Kecuali yang
A
besok
bit
kalah
of
ya.
time push now, getting ready to come through.
Semoga liquid aja yang
Slot
keluar.
place going to be spotted. Line up. Karen able to find the 1 kill. Does a decent amount of damage though. Tavai and Patman both are tagged up, and Texture's got the read. Knows exactly what Forsaken's going to try to
Oh,
do.
ngambil senjata.
Gets him through the smoke. Stops him from grabbing that weapon. Jing's going to try to blast back across to get it, but the smoke now dissipates. Mr. 4K himself, does he make an appearance? He absolutely does.
It's fantastic there. Great patience from Gen G. Just understanding how hungry Paper Rex was going to be to scoop up Karan's rifle that was on the
Rex.
ground.
Mending
We're
lawan
going to go
sama dia
into a
apa
quick
liquid
operator
gitu.
here for something.
Dua-duanya
4 in a
ya.
row to start this attacker side,
Nggak
but this
pengen
is the
gua
part of the
lawan
map.
nih, Wen.
Back to Gen G versus RRQ.
Kalau
Game
MIBR-nya
one,
kayak
why not?
kemarin
Please
lawan
keep Pacific.
Gen
This is
Z
where they
yang
did their damage
bad
on the
day
attacker
banget
side.
sih,
Or
oke.
both teams did their damage was on the attacker side.
Yeah.
So certainly you
Liquid
feel like
udah ada nuts
this
kan,
is going to be the
udah
better
sampai
actually
dia.
side for both of these teams. This is Pacific. We
Lihat
don't
tim
play
milih
like the other
lawan
regions. Ascent
Sentinel.
isn't as defender-sided as you think.
Pertama tim besar,
Depends
engagement
on what
tinggi
Tavai's going to
juga.
have ready to
Kalah
go
pun
when it
kayak
comes down to
udah
that Viper. But
Sentinel.
quick intervention here.
Kalau menang, wih,
0-4
ngalahin
start.
Sentinel.
Our first timeout call is Alex and Mind Freak. There's the assistant coach. Going to try to course correct a bit here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it just feels like right now Genji has a really good idea of the way that Paper Rex wants to play, especially on the eco rounds. They've done a good job of reading these B main pushes. They've sensed the A main push as well on the first rifle round for Paper Rex on Genji's bonus. So it seems like every kind of call, every decision has been really well thought out, really well understood. So that's going to require a pretty big change of game plan for Paper Rex and a little bit more
Gua
creativity
penasaran.
from them on the fly. 'Cause right now, Genji seems to have them pretty well understood. Every twist and turn,
Sentinel
this operator
Indo
has to get
kosong
effective, has to be impactful for
dia.
Paper Rex.
dia
Orang
gonna try.
bego anjing.
Get something done right off the rip, potentially.
Bili-bili
Jinx
satu
and
satu.
something over here.
Kalah nih tuh.
What
Right
the heck?
outside A main.
What the heck? Per second?
One away from having that flash
Di-
at the
boleh-boleh.
ready. The push for the punch, connecting a Texture. Mowing down
Ini yang
two.
satu-satu,
It's already a
mainnya
disaster.
operator.
Forsaken's gonna try to go all the time. It does manage to trade it back just for a little bit more. Get some damage on the Karen, but cannot confirm the kill. Player advantage still gonna be there for the side of Gen G. As Foxy9 still lingering back in case there's a push up towards the top mid. At the moment, it will not be one.
planted.
It's a cut across. Both players gonna be joining together here at Tree. Their work cut out for them.
Timing banget, Cok.
Aron, quick glimpse. Bye.
It's the TP to reposition right as the snake bite comes through. Patman just desperately trying to find anything that he can possibly get.
3 lawan 2
This
nih.
is 2v3. They feel invested here in the round, so going for the save is not really going to be the play. But Patman now dead. Leaves Tavai all alone, so yeah, we'll have to back away now. Just
Mundur
the one
Davai.
weapon save, the timeout not leading to a round win. Gen G streaking out similarly to what we were seeing yesterday versus MIBR.
And they're so locked in. Forsaken there catches him a little bit off guard, gets a couple kills of his own, makes it at least potentially doable for Paper Rex, but this is a great flash off the rip by Munchkin, and there's just no counterplay to that at all. The move by lagging just a bit too far behind, the Texture quick with it.
Nge-pro
The Phantom
anjing
finds
geprek.
two. And then Ash still really crisp with the
Sorry
shooting.
ya guys kalau gua ketiduran
So
lagi
kind of one of
nonton.
the other big storylines you could be following
Bukan
today with these two
RRQ.
teams. You have two new players with Ash and Patman on both sides, new to the international stage, new to Pacific this year. And so far, Ash and Patman have looked really, really good, but Ash there getting another big kill. Texture out in the open on mid. It's mostly Nico, other than Device saved rifle. He is up close and personal. Tough position.
Nyender tidur gua.
Noise made. Jingle out, Jing not quite spotting him there. Sure, seeing none of it. Dizzy at the ready. I'm gonna look to try to get a pinch here, but just gonna be the one spot out, I believe, over towards
Dapat
Foxy
lagi.
9 as Texture on the re-peek finds Patman. Gets a spot out on the Forsaken.
Nggak ada senjata sih.
Identifying the
Texture
position of
anjing
3,
banget ya
killing 1.
posisinya ya. Gak kena
And
blind
again,
bahaya.
fantastic value off the rip here for Gen G.
Every time Paper Rex looking for those advantages.
Benoit does not connect, and Texture does it again!
Kenapa ngecap anjir bener-bener?
At the consequence of their teammates' positions, Mr. 4K's back. Better slow down here, Texture. You know what happens when you get those.
Jing's trying to beat it to
Yeah,
him.
Jing's like, please find me, kill me. Up and over the top, and Karen takes it away. Unbelievable.
Gue yang ngepikir selalu gitu dah.
Finally kok.
That is
2-0 nih Texture gila nih masuk
Gen G
dalam
heads here
grand
in the
final.
crowd. They can breathe a sigh of relief.
Tapi kalah sama Jam King.
Just classic
Masih
Gen G.
aja gue bela-belain
Deny
RRQ.
Texture
Sorry
the
dah.
ace when he's got it just for free.
Itu Tempat yang ngelakuin
Lihat ngapain? Kasih aja Genji lawan Jitu aja biar tumbang
There's
satu.
no
Betul.
commentary that
Kalau
I
itu
could add
setuju
that
gua.
would make that better.
No.
It's perfect.
He just is.
Biar nggak RRQ dulu
Beautiful.
anjing, males banget tuh,
Beautiful
susah.
man.
It's so damn funny. All right, well, we're back into the action. Gen G are up 6-0.
Berat
Texture
soalnya.
12-4-0 here at the moment. 2 kills per round thus
Baik
far.
mereka retake
No
Paper
real
Rex.
signs of slowing down. Full buy is back in here for the side PRX. They've got some ults to work with. Nightfall will go out first and foremost.
You should run.
They're playing tucked here on the side. Nate able to find one. The quick peek in. Forsaken's going to be taken down. Looking for a little bit more, but Jing will be able to flush him out. Sparing Foxy 9
Buset,
hell.
kepala semua Foxy.
Tears
bangsat,
them to
bangsat itu
pieces.
banget nih game.
Saving.
Jing now
Semoga
trying to
aja
back
Jitu
away. Does
dapat
get
last pick
contained.
Genji.
Munchkin's
Setuju
going to try to
sih.
close the
Pro
gap.
kayak
Try
semua.
to get this
Pro
kill.
kayak.
Doesn't spot him. The Foxy 9 will. A 4K of his own.
Anjing.
7-0.
Paper Rex 7-0.
Well, this is pretty crazy. I mean, Paper Rex continues to try to make hard reads off the rip, leaving one side of the map relatively undefended. And Gen G's been able to either anticipate it
gua.
and play against it, or just find the open space and quickly
Yang mau jam 3
capitalize,
Jing.
set up for these post plants. And even with all those
Sumpah
ults
Jitu jago
invested,
banget,
Paper
cowok.
Rex could not convert, and they're going to
Panik
go
gua kalau
for the
RRQ lawan
second
Jitu,
timeout
gemter.
already here.
Jitu
Really
rapih
will feel
banget
like
man.
they need to get more rounds on this defender side. They can't let this snowball out of control.
Yeah, certainly not. Looks like they're going to be investing as much as they can. Not much cash there for the side of Patman. We'll see what he ends up landing on as far as the buy is concerned. But 7-5, obviously you'd say, okay, pretty good half.
Yeah.
You know, just looking, glancing at the numbers, 8-4, not so great. Coming off this defending side, pressure is upon them. They need to respond here going into this next round.
No, you're
That one ends up
absolutely
being quite costly. The Nightfall used from the
Udah
shadows.
2
the
kali
flash.
TO itu.
They threw everything
Iya,
at that
Paper Rex udah 2
retake,
kali.
and it just did not phase Gen G at all. And
Soalnya langsung
they had the
kebantai.
lockdown in play, so you know
Nggak
that has
sesuai
to be
sama
quick. It has to
rencananya,
be
plannya kayaknya nggak sesuai
very
strat.
effective for Paper Rex. They're gonna get that done, and there was just no hope. Foxy 9 from hell just absolutely ruined it. Just some clean phantom shots.
8-0-0.
Calling my bot.
He's just,
Only one in the lobby that has not died.
I mean, he hasn't been pressured much on a lot of the times where he's playing that solo position. It's been a lot of 1-4 for Gen G, and he's done a pretty good job of just avoiding any disasters and then being that last guy to bail the round out if needed for Gen G.
Spot out onto one with the 0 point. Forsaken down over at wine.
Jadi lambat gini,
You can just see how wary Genji is of some kind of trap play. It's been round after round after round of Paper Rex trying to catch Genji in a position where they can get them in a crunch, get them some
Dia pakai Gecko.
early advantages in the kill count numbers, but every single time Genji's come out ahead and they're working the map incredibly well. It's going to stick around though for Gelato.
Buat nyariin itu juga bagus.
Something needing to hit this shot. He's able to do it. Gets a follow-up. Karan going to be taken down as well. Best start, best hope here for Paper Rex to try to get up themselves on the board. Round number 8. Mosh at the ready to try to buy some time here. Further delay. Start healing back over onto the site. Something does eventually get flushed out. Player advantage still there for Paper Rex as rotations start to come through. Take on the TP. Now to be pushed forward. Take the fight. Forsaken.
30 seconds left.
Biasa kan nonton Tempat sampai akhir.
1v3.
Mau nggak mau sih ini Gecko ya ngalah buat Raja mungkin kalau Jet masih bagus. Gue nggak ngerti sama picknya Paper Rex, Cok.
This is just a nice hold.
Jing kayak cuma bisa Raja doang.
Really needed to come alive a bit there. And desperately needed this 2K. Give them that
Biasa tuh energinya gimana?
Forsaken. Pretty sharp. Close to the map actually. Finding his, and he's got to get the team rallied. He's been the emotional leader now for Paper Rex. He's the
Bos, tenang bos.
Udah nyampe, Cok, Karan.
Texture with plenty of money, still just going to be looking to go for the stinger here, so likely going to be reinforced by the Blade Storm. So we could likely anticipate a bit of a pacier hit here from Genji. Already storming forward. The shot's coming over the top though. Jing investing it at the right time. Khan, however, now alone, the spike stranded. Uses his ultimate, the TP in towards boats, and now needs to find his way back into B main to try to recover this. Would take it down to a 1v1. Something though holding the angle. Karan reaction time, he absolutely does. Finds the shot. He's not even strafing in to try to go for the spike. He's really suspicious about Forsaken's position. There's no way to know though. He still has time to work with.
No info. Forsaken gonna send a smoke over towards Alley to try to fake that he's coming from the other side.
Starts favoring Forsaken because now he's gonna have eyes on this spike.
Still has the paranoia too.
Kan sih uncrown king banget ya, gue mau muja-muja dia
A bit of
sekali.
a standoff. Forsaken basically just end up playing the same position that something was in. Back around over towards mid to make sure that there's no big rewrap.
Tapi emang dari dulu gitu sih, kompe mereka selalu beda sendiri. Iya lagi.
Take a long angle there.
30 seconds left.
Sets up the smoke.
Oh my god.
Karan reading this well.
I have the spike.
Spike picked up, just continues to play quietly. 20 more seconds still to play with here.
King bego ini orang. Ini orang ya kalau dipindahin ke tim lain, terus use bahasa Inggrisnya bagus. Anjing, GG banget kok. Satu-satunya pemain di dunia yang
chances whatsoever. Forsaken
lawan
starting to
satu
move
tim
forward.
bisa
Gonna try to
beda
get the
role.
jump here as the plant goes through. Smoke cycled in. Karan gets the spike planted. Right in here behind Karan for the moment. Just trying to spot him out. Considering a pre-fire. Drops that into the smoke. Gets the read. Gets the kill. Forsaken on his feet. Paper Rex on the road to recovery.
Yeah, tremendous patience being shown here by Forsaken. Using his utility wisely. Those smokes by a little bit extra time. Great up and over there by Jing. Kind of one of those things that maybe don't anticipate because you don't play against Razes too often on this map. And it works a treat. Paper Rex has 2 in a row. Can find a few more now. Can definitely make a map of this. Again, attacker side is where these teams are going to be looking to do damage on this map, but Genji's defender side, as we saw yesterday, absolutely fearsome right now. The way that they are controlling space, taking contact.
Well, it's going to be a raised tiles crunch. Get the hunt reveal. Foxy9 completely blinded up. Didn't know where he was going. Ends up pulling. It's going to be a player advantage. And off the start here for Paper Rex.
That's the first time they've really been able to punish Foxy9 on his own like that. So that's a nice pickup for Paper Rex. Batman is so deep.
Deep into the spawn here. Does get spotted out though. Flick not going to connect. Texture chasing forward. Getting rewarded for it. Is he ready for this peek from Forsaken though? The answer is no. Gets the kill. Jiggles back out with the TP. Player's still going to be spotted. map control firmly in the hands of Paper Rex.
They've done a really nice job with this one. You know he's going to be right there, suspecting that somebody's going to try to back him up. Ash cut off Jing.
One enemy
Cannot do it.
Spike
Pushes
down
out,
B.
barrel stuffs. Ash gets taken down. Karan now needing to clutch. Finds the first, but Forsaken will once again get the better of him. That's 3 in a row now for Paper Rex.
Yeah, these are some nice calls now starting to come through for Paper Rex. Forsaken putting the team on his back now, 12 and 8 in the kill count, the only one that's positive in that department. And he is setting the team up nicely. Just plays that angle again. So patient on the Omen. Really impressed with his ability. I mean, it shouldn't surprise anyone. He can play any agent at the highest levels because he is who he is. But he looks really good in these last couple of rounds, just showing tremendous understanding of his situations, how to use his utility, how to maneuver the chess pieces around himself. And now it's going to be Gen G's turn to call a timeout to try to stop this 3-round run that Paper Rex is on and see if they can really do some damage in this half.
Yeah, it's still advantage at the half no matter what, given the 7 rounds racked up, but seeing the streakiness of Paper Rex starting to build up, they want to try to slow the roll a little bit here. Close out with as big of an advantage as they could possibly get. 9 and 3 still on the board for them. See what these adjustments look like, because last couple rounds, I mean, they have been close. Paper Rex, for the most part, has been teetering on the edge of losing the rounds, or at least the 2 previous ones.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what they want to do with the Hunter's Fury from Ash. It's been tough to find opportunities to use it because of the aggressive nature of Paper Rex. You know, it's tough to get the read on where they're going to be, so finding that safety, just stand back and let it rip. It'll be challenging. And Paper Rex looking to try maybe another B main hit here, and that's where everybody from Gen G is. This is, here we go.
Go for it. This time not up and over the top.
Watch
He
me,
does
please.
connect onto one. Texture at the same time. Getting blocked there on the wall. Still comes away with the kill on a Batman, but Forsaken able to find 2. Spike now in his possession. Once again, they find themselves in a spot where they're going to have to try to refight back in towards B main, but my god, Texture, instantaneous. Karan just eating the stun. Divine now finds himself very much alone.
Spike planted.
Forward trying to divide and conquer. Finds the first, but Texture right there with the trade back. Gen G stopping Paper Rex in their tracks. They get themselves up to 8.
Yeah, this time the tiles crunch doesn't quite come through. It almost works. Forsaken finds a couple big kills. This is Texture able to just get around that corner using that updraft and dash. Catches Batman completely by surprise. He probably thought there's no, yeah, exactly. He just kind of panicked a little bit there.
The mouth wheel there for him. Not the result that you want to see.
But it's all because Texture gets around that corner like that. Otherwise, that's probably Paper Rex's round. Now you got an operator again for the last 1.5.
Batman does manage to go ahead and secure the orb. One light little tap of damage, but Nightfall now going to be online. So they have that with the Thrash as a combo to try to utilize once again. Didn't work out for them on that A site retake several rounds ago. See how they fare this time for Gen G. One away from the null command, one away from a lockdown. Getting Foxy 9 this orb expected to be priority, but still on the opposite side of the map, so we'll just go into Munchkin's hands.
It's one of the few rounds we've seen Paper Rex really spread the map, run a bit more of what looks like a default for them. They're starting to collect themselves around short. That's where the pings are coming through for Gen G as well, so they seem to have a decent read. They're going to use the Thrash on the other side. More info gathering than anything.
Yep, scouts out, doesn't see anything. Oh, man, now going to be coming through Paranoia over towards Forsaken's position. Up and over the top goes Texture. It's right in on top of something. Can't try to reutilize that Thrash at all. Device still going to be tucked over in wide with the 0 point. That should have told them everything that they need to know. That being said, he's still managing to find a backstab. Looks for a little bit more. Gets himself a third. Divine. Turning the tides of this round. Foxy 9 alone on the site. Dead. Karan now trying to get his way back through. How has Paper Rex done this? What an unbelievable recovery. And it's not going to end with a bang. It's not going to end with a clutch. This round is going to be done due to time. Karen will find some nice kills here at the end. Cleans up the 4, but the damage is already dealt. The hourglass has run out of sand. 8-4 at the half.
My word. What an absolutely wild start to this match.
Starting to get a bit more of that chaos that we were hoping for here at the back end of this half. Let's see what happens in the second comeback after halftime.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Sampai face anjing. Nambah 200 FPS. What you think about? Should we buy it? Pizza?
Nah, ada malam-malam. Di Cibinong ada ya?
Jahat delivery?
Iya,
Like that? What is that? Move it. Someone. Oh my god, in Depok, bro. It's in Depok.
HD-nya di Depok.
Kampus gue nih.
Wow.
Alrighty, we are back and about to go into this second half. 8-4 the scoreline at the moment. Gen G out in front.
Yeah, this is just crazy here as we look at our Coinbase Econ report. Texture at over 100 there. I mean, you could see it, folks. He was putting up so many multi-kill rounds. 19 kills total in that first half. He was absolutely electric. And look at that, just never drop, you know, other than that second round, never dropped off. Just was to the moon.
Been damn clean form. He and Karen kind of doing the lion's share of the work here. The lion's share of
mau bahasa Mandarin.
Iya.
Forsaken very much
Si Kangkang sama si
hoping that he can see a bit of a step up here going onto this attacker's side, which he certainly should.
Yeah, I mean, he dragged Paper Rex through some of those rounds. Just absolutely some impactful multi-kills. Even in the beginning, he had a few big ones, but they couldn't convert off the back of it. Now you're going to need to see him really step up, along with Jing for sure. You're going to need him on those entries to be really impactful with the raise, and it's like we're watching the same first pistol. It's almost the exact same setup.
Genji love doing a mid-walk. 4 players clustered up, Foxy 9. Lone contact here at the A site. Smoke going to be cycled in. Nano Swarm holds him at bay. Gets a decent little bit of damage there on the Jing. Turret will get cleared out. Now Paper Rex can start making their way forward on into the site.
Foxy's going to try to clear this door very quickly. Doesn't even get all the way down.
Spike planted.
No, quite scout onto him, but point not going to matter too much. Ping reveals coming out. Sheriff in hand here. Something in Jing able to find some kills to trade it back. 2v2 Texture. Now to find that headshot.
One enemy
Aaron
remaining.
there, last one standing. Gets them over the line. Gen G still not dropping a pistol here in the tournament.
Well, and one of the things that makes kind of a big difference here in terms of who wins this pistol with a very similar start, right? Like, both teams weren't playing on A on their defender side. It's the Nano Swarm that buys that little bit of extra time. It's the quick clear of the door here for Foxy, and then the util flood is great. They're catching Paper Rex when they're not able to get set up into those post plants, and they're just ripping them apart. I mean, Paper Rex fights back. You know, something, Divide getting involved, but it just isn't quite enough. That extra layer for Gen G comes through once again. It comes down to that last player. This time it's Taron. That's got Foxy 9 fired up as well.
Had a little bit of a slowdown there for him. 8-0 to now 6, I believe.
Something lari ya, temennya udah
Solid start. Gen G But anti-eco win themselves up to double digits. Not going to be seeing any kind of force here from Paper Rex. It's just the two sheriffs in the hands of Divine Jing. So they will go ahead and continue to play Pac-Man, getting the orb collection to try to fast-track this thrash.
Yeah, Forsaken's been over here making sure A main is under their control, so they can try to make some kind of move. It's not going to surprise Genji too much here. They'll tap the second orb. There's one sheriff, or two sheriffs floating around for Paper Rex. Divine Jing, they're going to think about a different direction, and for Genji, it's just play defaults the whole way. You have Karan sliding in towards short to help out Munchkin. Pings come down. This might be a setup for a Paranoia into a hit, but Karan's got to judge.
Playing this close to the door, the Paranoia wouldn't mean too much of anything. Would still have enough vision, enough range. But it'll be a Prowler to check it. Now they know that there's going to be a judge in play. He's eating damage through this smoke.
30 seconds left.
There's one shell left, has to backpedal away. Push forward. Has managed to find one, something going to be taken down, but now they are going to be contained. His texture.
One enemy remaining.
Let's get a kill. Jing answers one back there with that sheriff, but now Forsaken, noted, spotted, just playing around with him, showing the gun barrel. Like, can't kill me. He will swing in to try to find a bit more damage, but it's going to be Genji now up to 10.
Wow, that's just a really good read here from Genji, having that judge right where it needs to be, where even if there is a Paranoia that hits him, you can't really, there's nothing, like you said, that can be done about it. From the side of Paper Rex, they're trying to fight their way through, trying to spam in, but not able to connect, and then it just turns into a meat grinder. Smoke's dropping. Now Device smiling though, he's having a good time, and even Forsaken smiling, so
I mean, at the end of the day,
they're still good.
At the end of the day, these guys know each other incredibly well.
Yes.
It's always going to be some degree of fun having going on. Aggressive space control here from Genji. Trying to just maintain this here at A main. Texture uses the tailwind. Manages to duck back though, but still re-swings out. Gets a shot across on Forsaken, but cannot find that kill. Texture dead off the rip. Puts Paper Rex in a good position to try to prevent yet another bonus conversion from happening.
Man, Jing pushed all the way up by himself through mid. Devi.
Wide swing. Finds the first. It's a good readjustment.
Standing ahead.
But Ash will be able to get that kill in the end. Grabs the gun. Backs off back in towards the site. But like you said, Jing continuing to advance. Takes a peek around over towards that defender spawn. See nothing down at range.
Spike down.
Take out Patman. A solid check there. With Dizzy comes away with the kill in the end. Sets up for Jing to crunch in from behind. Spike plant will put him one away from having that showstopper at the ready. As Munchkin now see what he can get done.
He's gonna scoop up a rifle though.
Forsaken's low. Here around the corner, backs off the angle, sets up smoke, and wow, very crisply will be able to find Munchkin in the head. There you go. Paper Rex preventing the bonus conversion to get themselves to 5, but the double that around win rate just to tie things up.
Yeah, just good anticipation there by Forsaken. Vi just gets a little bit overstacked. Karan hit a headshot into a body shot at range with the Sheriff. Absolutely nasty. Forsaken though, showing a little nastiness of his own. Cleaning up when he's on low health, keeping that gun, keeping that economy going. Yeah, and
now
there
we
it
have
is.
the operator in play. The desk was talking about it. How do you try to deal with Texture with this op in hand?
Look where he's at. We all know what he can do at this door.
Well, fortunately for Paper Rex, they don't have a killjoy.
That's the good news.
Less of a concern for them, but it's going to be a thrash coming through. At least to scout in towards Market. Texture, not hitting the flick. Snaps down the Cloudburst to try to escape. Spam down to 5 HP. Peeks out Jing. Get the elimination. So that's how you deal with it. You just overwhelm him. Up and over the top. Foxy 9 obliterated. Ash will be able to get the shot there. But then the elite rate, the player advantage is here. Prowler not cleared, running out of bullets, running out of life. And this flank is even noted by Defy, who's holding down mid. Cowan able to go ahead and get a kill back, keep his weapon in hand in all likelihood. But Paper Rex still looking to advance forward to try to run this back. The gap now just about to be 4 rounds. Karan is still damn clean.
Yeah, he's still hitting good shots. It's okay. Plenty of money though in the bank, and something's even gonna scoop up that operator from Texture's dead body. Hold down the angle. How aggressive do they want to be with this, though? And that op is quite a nice prize, especially for Paper Rex. Something would love to use that to control some mid space, or just try to outduel his opponents in main. Is Patman gonna make a go of this? Doesn't look like it.
Now we'll be able to retain this one, so just the one rifle going to be carried over here. Paper Rex now breaking the gap down to 4 rounds, and yep, something is going to keep that operator.
This is just a beautiful round. Forsaken gets a little lucky on the wide sling. I'm not gonna lie, it feels like Texture's usually good for those, but it's the follow-up in mid, using the Thrash to clear space, to set up Jing for the showstopper, to get into the site and just break things apart. So that's really, really nicely done by Paper Rex. And then using that util to make sure Ash isn't comfortable there. Little things that they're doing on the fly are so impressive. Their coordination is just so good when they're in the heat of the moment.
0 point getting the reveal on the one, but something able to go ahead and find Karan. That's the weapon now on the floor. Covering a Vandal without having smokes going to prove to be quite difficult. Texture on the second shot will find the operator. Now dead, a bit of damage there on the Jing, but the kill cannot come through. Texture tries to repeat back into the A site, but quickly will be felled. 2v4 here for the side of Genji, trying to pull off a thrifty. Paper Rex in a good position to go ahead and keep themselves up to 7. Were to be broken by just there around the corner. Forsaken spotted, but quick trade does come through. Ash trying to get this shot across on the Jing. Back in, a bit more damage there from the paint shell. And now is going to fall to 13.
Hop being pinged out by Paper Rex. It's noted by Genji as well. It's going to be Ash's job, yeah.
No way. He's going to be able to recover this one for him. You have to dodge every single bullet, kill every single player. Jing will go ahead and take it down. 3 rounds now in a row here for Paper Rex. 3 rounds separating.
Yeah, this is getting a little dicey. I mean, you already conquered one of the big hurdles that you're going to face on this half, and that's Texture's first operator. And now you're kind of in cruise control. And when, oh when, if this keeps up, does Genji trigger on another timeout? A couple away from some ults. Munchkin 1 away from his, Ash 1 away from his, 2 away for Foxy 9. Texture could get the Blade Storm. These are going to be the big ones to speak of. Devi could get a pit. Try to utilize that, but Spike's going to be in the back. Paper Rex looking for some contact plays. There's a lot of util to clear this angle.
Bring the op forward. Here around the corner, drone. The check quickly gets cleared. Where something's at, but outside of that, not much other information going to be gained here.
Just trying to get a feel for how many players were there at B to see if they could make their entry, but didn't really get a good idea. All you know is the Sova's there, and that's not very surprising on this map, so.
Things too. Jing up and over the top. Karan eating some damage. Quickly has to back away. Considers going refill this space. Now it's just going to be playing the close angle here. See if anyone comes creeping out of that smoke.
Nge-fake-nya keren banget ya, Mas.
Trying to obscure their numbers. There's going to be a little bit of noise made by something, but just not for
the entry, but nope. Jing has to tuck in towards Wines. A quick pivot as Paranoia comes across. Sees dodged by the teleport. Karan just swiftly repositioning.
That caught
Spot
a
out of the multiple players. It's just going to be a re-wrap in towards Tree.
Time. This might have sold it, though. They're playing off that 0 point brilliantly.
Now spotting a Munchkin going to be doubling back, but they're not sure what the numbers are going to look like quite just yet. And Munchkin now can confirm it. Could begin. Karan for the 1-tap, puts down to Defi with the pressure. It does not let up. Jing finding the kill, the jump up, ping reveal on to 3. That might have just cooked him. His Texture pops the knives. Whoa! Tries to draw back out, but Jing does manage to find a punish. Now has a showstopper. As something is flanking around towards window. With an operator at the ready, but the rocket cannot fly. Chanson picked up the headshot down. Ash dead. Foxy 9 gonna try to challenge it, and he wins it out.
Don't interrupt my work.
A scrappy, chaotic round. It's one that Genji barely comes out on top of.
Oh my goodness. It is heart pounding for these two teams. I mean, just oh so close. It looked like Paper Rex was maybe going to get this done, but this ping reveal and also catching Forsaken on the TP on top of Jen. Nobody's checking heaven there for Paper Rex, and that cost them big time. Texture catches them completely off guard. Ash able to shut down the showstopper, and Foxy9 once again comes up clutch for Gen G. And yeah, okay, Alex, he's even laughing at that one. That one was
frustrating but fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy. Well, multiple ultimates gone, and just playing off the Prowler. Texture dead to the spam.
Gone here.
Great little setup there. He is not ready for that at all. Swing in, Ash taken down, clear off the turret. Foxy9 still maintaining control here of B, has been his domain.
Man, making a lot of noise, no doubt about this.
They are, they have the Prowler to go ahead and escort forward. Swing in, Karen on the reposition, tries to get the readjustment. Cannot find the transfer. Right click, send, gets the flash in, Spike now on the ground. No command immediately popped here as Munchkin. For the rotation, Foxy9 to join in. Door shut, single face in, Patman finds the headshot, puts the robot down on the floor.
Foxy9 do it again.
This is a lockdown, but does he want to send it? Looks like the answer is yes, he does.
Why not?
Vincent rewraps. That's going to be something saying, okay, I can push in and I can go ahead and clear this.
Lockdown destroyed.
Eats the haunt reveal and cannot get the shots adjusted. The double face from Paper Rex benefits them heavily. They bring the gap to 3 once again.
It's just crazy. So many of these rounds just come down to split-second decision-making. It looked like maybe Munchkin with that rewrap over into A main would maybe be able to turn this round on its head. Jing with that opener, with that 2K through mid, gave a huge advantage to Paper Rex. A great flash around the corner. Divide not ready at all for that rewrap, but steady hands there off the back of the lockdown, and Foxy, yeah, couldn't quite get it done that time, but he's been very solid for Gen G this map. They're back on the Sheriffs though. Economy in the gutter a bit. Still the Hunter's Fury though. Batman has a Nightfall. Trying to get closer to the showstopper. It's quite a heavy stack here over on A though.
Oh, the fight is so damn good. The shot is so damn clean. Texture. Just taking something's head clean off. He's the only one that was in the sight. No one else pushing alongside him, and that's just delivered a vandal into the hands of Munchkin.
Something went wrong there. Nightfall wasn't even sent. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication for Paper Rex. Leave Divide tucked into Wine. Trying to find some open space in the mid, and now Gen G's gonna flex out on the map a little bit more. Munchkin had a great read on this round. Had all of the pieces in place. Try to counter that alarm bot. Not surprising to anybody, but they gotta win some battles here as Paper Rex. Jing continues to push. Is Munchkin gonna be ready? He is.
Ooh. Gun here. Cover going out. A weapon on offer here. One of his teammates is Karon. What in the ever-loving hell?
30 seconds left.
So damn crisp with that shot. Follow up, going a bit wide. Five will be able to flush him out. Conquers his demons. As that Nightfall does connect. Hit now invested. Spraying through just a hair off. The push though with the body. He's exited the pit. He's put himself on guard, but Batman hits the transfer. E versus Texture. The swing out. The headshot. Batman gets the Red Bull clutch.
I just don't understand. It's just insane. It seems like somebody's got an advantage and then it goes away, and then somebody else has an advantage and they rip it out from the other team's hands. I mean, these are disgusting sheriff shots, as you expect from Gen G. This is what kind of part of what's led them to win a Masters trophy last year was their unbelievable eco rounds. And they almost do it again, but just barely. Patman, the new player to the stage, comes through.
I mean, I get it.
Yep.
Why is it this close? Why does my rookie have to clutch against what started as nothing but sheriffs?
Yes. I'm in pain as well watching some of those rounds. I'm not going to lie. You have an operator here being purchased up for Texture, so that's going to cut down to a couple Guardians. Gen G, let's give him another opportunity to close this map out with that powerful sniper rifle. On a way here for something for the Thrash as well. If you can find a kill, could clear out towards A.
needing to hold the line. Jing now one away from that showstopper, but Munchkin just goes off of timing and something. He's the brunt of the damage. They don't have to start here once again as Prowler's going forward. Paint Shell's going to be sent. Quick little exit on the tailwind there, but Prowler chases up towards heaven. Does not necessarily know Charon, but he will still fall. Showstopper going to be sent, lobs it up, gets quite a bit of damage there on the texture, but cannot confirm the kill.
Spike planted.
Still alive, still can have impact. Tagged it down.
Do you watch my
Let's get everybody here into position.
My screen?
At 0 point, it goes deep. It doesn't actually get a catch there on the buy. Second playing forward, finds one, and Batman gets the other two. Texture with the off now needs to drift away.
Wait, what the fuck? Why is he
Paper
sleeping?
Rex.
What? Yeah.
Within touching distance,
Hey,
one
guys.
round is separating.
Did it end this
Just
with me
incredible.
sleeping?
And it's
Yeah.
just crazy how aggressive
The
they can
fuck
be
we are,
even after
man?
they lose a player.
fuck
They're gonna
relaxed
hunt.
stream, bro?
They
so
should.
That's why.
Steps going to be heard. Texture
Bro,
is
he's
the
so-
first.
Hey,
Still two
He-
players trying to
you
get
know,
through though.
He should hear us now, right? Because this person.
So to try to really flush them out aside from a snake bite.
He should be.
Seems like they will be content to go ahead and keep themselves
Bro,
alive.
what the fuck, man? I see.
11 to 10 though.
Yeah.
Paper Rex are running this back.
Karan trying to be cheeky there. I noticed that he was holding an angle with that smoke, trying to duck himself
So
into
much.
hell.
One enemy remaining.
And Jing just sniffed it right out. Patman again.
Jumped it. He got the headshot. Going for the victor play there. A timeout now going to be called from Genji.
believe it,
Not liking that Paper X are right there nipping at their heels.
Bang Baji.
All of them going to be used to try to get this win.
It's been an insane map for Texture and Karan. But Paper Rex is just starting to scrap. They're starting
Lucu
to
banget
brawl.
lagi Bang Baci.
That's when things can start to
Kocak
go their
aja.
way. You know, now you've got Patman showing up on the server. He's had two really impactful rounds
Ya
for
udah,
them.
maaf.
He had really struggled throughout most of this map, but
Nice stream.
when they needed him most, he showed up.
Yeah.
He's got
Look at
another
the
night
chat.
ball. Something's
It's
got
looking
to crash.
chat.
If you waking up
Big
50
tool.
gift.
That Paper Rex can throw into
Think
this
it's up.
round and keep that operator off balance
Foot.
wherever it may be. You just got to be
Foot.
careful about making sure that you're not walking out into the open.
So we wake
Texture's
my
got you, and
one
you've got
gift.
no intel or no trade. That's really the biggest danger. And well, the sheriffs, those are kind of scary too when you're going up against Genji. But
And he feels you.
this is
We got two
very, very important round now.
Get fresh and off the rip. Try to get some scouting done. Turret there. So two will Texture
Sila
beat
Mal
with
ya,
that operator.
Mal, kalau bisa
Can't
find
get
out
away
this
with
video,
from this.
Dia udah ngomong berapa kali
Gue
soalnya
tadi
kaget
bikin
dia.
telur sambil makan jadi tontonan.
See what they can do.
Coming through, he's gonna try to peek. Does get detained though, and he's out into the open. They're trying to keep protecting Ash. Comes to the rescue. Finds a kill on a Forsaken Divine
Iya sih,
up
gokil,
high. Texture
gokil.
able to go ahead, escape back.
Dedicate.
And that is
Lu harus jadi
brutal. They
pemenang
should have had him
sih.
dead to rights.
Kayak gini caranya.
They don't throw the Nightfall either. They just don't feel like they have the opportunity to do so. Munchkin knows they're coming. He's ready to try to delay here with the fragment. Has two flashes as well. Can buy a lot of extra time, but Paper Rex,
Tuh, sorry kalau baca
they
chat
really
telat
got
lagi
there
mau
quick
izin
enough.
sama-
Serius
The
ya.
diligence checking mid.
Found. As I said, from a different angle, tries to flash himself in, and then ends up moving around a bit too much to mine. Able to find one, but Texture headshot off the off. Comes away with one onto something, tries to get the kill there onto Jing, but Padman swings around the back of Jen. Brings it now into a 3v3.
That is beautiful movement from Jing. He knows the operator's there and he's setting Patman up. Tees it up beautifully. Oh my goodness.
Jing now, they're at hell. The Prowler to check over towards main. Allows him to go ahead and place Devi in that position, fan out a bit more. Checking the obvious angles. Ash on the approach here. Some shots down. Jing dead. It's Foxy 9. Recovered Vandal puts it to damn good use. Devi now. Not much more to do other than spray and pray. It's rewarded with one, but on the re-swing gets the headshot. He's fishing for it, but he's run out of bullets. And Foxy 9 can just hold it down. Absolutely
Oh, that's right.
unbelievable.
I
A
know.
borderline thrifty.
No,
A stunning
Baci.
defuse as Genji get up to map point.
Oh my god. I mean, this is just insane. It looks like they might have the opportunity. Patman playing off of Jing so nice. That's such a good check from Jing. But then Foxy 9 again comes up unbelievably huge. Just nothing that Devi can do. Yeah.
Brengsek.
Heartbreak.
Oh boy. Well, season connecting. Jing quickly getting in on top of Karen, comes away with that kill, scoops up the weapon. Door slammed in Munchkin's face, nothing to do until the rest of the team gets there. Try to back him up. 4v5 attempt, the retake, something on a very deep line. Watch in case anybody wraps around towards Gelato.
Trying to delay.
0 point only finds one. Drone out, gets the scout. So can force a reposition. Get back in from here is going to prove to be so damn difficult. Batman does get tagged up though. 17 health remaining is Jing. They're all lined up. They're the smoke, the flash. It doesn't connect onto him. He's not even able to come away with a single kill somehow. It's Forsaken and Patman collecting him. It's Munchkin now. This deep line from something pays off. What a response from Paper Rex. From getting thrifty to pulling off a flawless and being one round away from taking us into overtime.
And the economy for Gen G is in the gutter. There's going to be stingers and other accoutrements being bought here for them. Beautiful entry there, able to get that seize to connect on the Karan to set up Jing nicely. Gets up there, disrespects the fragment. And it didn't matter, they had him dead anyway, but seeing some really cool ideas in these post plans from Paper Rex. One more hurdle to go, some big ults. Lockdown in play, Munchkin's got his ult. Meanwhile, Paper Rex, not really close of any to speak of. Maybe Forsaken gets from the shadows, but it's really not generally going to be the most impactful. Jing continues to be on duty of clearing the Killjoy util. Foxy right around the corner, not going to be in position to initially punish it. But Paper Rex kind of anticipating that maybe that was going to be the play this time. Genji's hasn't really tried that before. Jing's been getting a lot of freedom in this space. This is all just kind of maybe a ruse to bait Paper Rex in.
Mark cleared. Prowler to readjust there. Foxy 9 able to at least make that a 1-for-1. Patman now spotted out. They're in the corner. Shockstar takes it down to 45. The push out of the smoke. Ash going to be good for one. Munchkin finding the other. 3v2. Gen G in with a player advantage.
Gonna have to get this done.
Texture still there on that A site. Now can start to rotate. The weapons are going to be quite far away though, so getting a recovery on those may prove to be a bit difficult aside from the one in market.
Quick early seize there from Patman, but Devi not finding anybody to catch off of it.
One up over the top, reveals two. Texture not going to be noted by that one. He's going to look to go ahead and try to barrel stuff here against Devi. He gets taken down. And it's all on Karan. Just the stinger in hand. And it's good enough. So damn close to OT, but still so far away. 13-11, Gen G barely scraped by with a win on their map pick of a set.
It's just madness. That's kind of what you expect here with these two teams. So much talent between the two of them.
Absolutely. Well said, done, and dusted. Icebox coming up next. We'll see if Paper Rex can make this a full 3-mapper.
Yeah, man, guys, yeah.
Izin mode serius cuy.
Go guys, let's go.
Bacin, bacin.
Bacin banget ngabuk.
Udah, bacin. Wake up, bitch.
Bang Bacin. Bang Bacin.
The fuck? Why was you sleeping on the screen?
Harry. This is hungry.
Red Bull gives you wings.
It will hurt. Definitely.
Let me show you how the folks does. Oh man, I was just getting warmed up. the eyes of Vivian. I can see the dryness on both eyeballs, all 4 eyeballs. A little bit of a smile, but a serious game face coming up from Vivian. I'm also going to lean in close.
bangun. Baik banget lu 20.000.
Nobody is budging. It's actually dry in my eyes. I don't know how you're doing it so far. Did you blink? Is there a blink shot? Was there a blink? As unfortunately, it's going to be Vivian or winner for Paper X. So Paper X is going to win the series. Some gifts coming through. Thank you so much for participating. We have signs, autographs from Paper X and Gen G. So thank you so much for participating. Chat, now it's time for you to lock in.
Musik banget tadi udah gue nyari.
Try to wake him up.
Must just try to wake him up, but his video shirt wasn't work. One word properly. Gak masalah.
Oh yeah, he's muting the post
His
lah.
media shirt.
Yes, I donate to him.
20,000 rupiah.
Somebody gotta book more, man. What the fuck?
Gen G truly looking like they're in their golden era, ending that map with a
That's
sting
it.
around. If you know, you know. I'm here with Mel once again, and Ender.
What's up, Paul?
After the first half, Mel, did you expect things to be
Mel,
so
oh my
close
God, big
for it to
fan,
end
Mel.
the map like this?
I was not expecting it. There was in the back of my mind, I was thinking, okay, maybe for Paper Rex, this could be an attack-sided comp. And it kind of was. They were able to get back a couple of rounds. And also, is Gen G just going to steal golden era from people like that?
Yeah.
Just going to take that tagline?
Wait,
I mean, they had a couple of ecos, so in a way, yeah.
I mean, the Stinger forces, I mean, it looked indistinguishable from G2.
I feel like it sounds better. The ring to it, you know, Gen G in the golden era.
They also wear gold. It actually just
Like
makes
guys,
more sense.
We've just stolen G2 stuff.
Their Valor, gold.
Yeah, but they are one map up in this very storied rematch versus Paper X. If they win this, Chrissy's going to be a 5 versus 4.
Yeah.
They're going to go to playoffs. But are we getting too ahead of ourselves after the second half, especially coming out of Paper X, to be able to catch up?
Maybe a bit, honestly. I was really impressed because Paper X come into the second half down 4-8, right? And the defense side of things definitely looked difficult. Apart from a few like aggro rounds, they struggled a lot to actually get some kind of advantage. But I think the way they worked the mid space and how clutch they were late in the rounds netted them so many positives.
I feel like the few rounds they did get on defense, though, were off the back of Forsaken. He had at least 3 of those rounds had such impact, whether it was a clutch play or a huge multi-kill. I think he was the reason that ultimately they were even able to get it this close. Without those 3 rounds, this is not even anywhere near as close as the score suggests.
Let's move on now to our Verizon high-speed moment of the day, where it's the most heartbreaking thing I've witnessed on this stage so far, because Texture playing out of his mind, and Mel once again getting his ace stolen by his teammate.
Oh man, I mean, I thought this could finally be it. Finally, Texture gets his ace, and just around the corner, pixels away, milliseconds away, Heartless Pine just taking it from him.
What? Karen's run and gunning too.
He did it on purpose, yeah.
He's literally trying to take it.
Drop down viewers,
It's the way that you can hear him
Berhasil.
screaming, you know, from all corners of the
yes,
arena
yes.
as well. That's the level of evil,
Sibal,
you know,
Sibal.
we don't see every day on this stage.
I mean, honestly, is this guy playing a match to go into playoffs on the master stage, or is he just playing a ranked 5 stacks with his run and furious at his ace getting stolen?
I love the atmosphere on the team. Just the fact that they are able to do that and laugh it off. It's not too tense. It's just such a hallmark of a great team.
That I would not be able to deal with that. Friendship over for me. And Matt, on your team, are you more of a, you know, would you have stolen that ace if you were on Texture's team?
No, absolutely not. If we have enough money, obviously, like economy first, but I would be running around with my knife out instantly. You can ask any of my teammates, bro, I'll do it and make it at 3K. Like Instagrams, I'm alright, you'll get your clip, put it on Twitter.
What about you?
Me?
Yeah, are you gonna, would you let Texture have that ace, or are you gonna be, you know, in there stealing it like hell?
It depends who I'm playing with, because if Mimi's trying to get the ace, absolutely not. She didn't deserve it.
No, Texture.
Texture, oh, he can have it. Yeah, he deserves it.
I completely agree. I would be like you know, running with my knife out, making sure he gets that. You need your duelist to feel confident, you know? You know, let them stab pad and all this stuff. But it might just be enough for Gen G to get it over the line, because we are moving on to Icebox next. how are we feeling about this? Are the chances even, or do Paper X have what it takes to
I honestly would give Paper X the advantage coming in here. I'm not sure exactly what Gen G are going to be running, but I was so impressed with what they showed up against Heretics on this map. This is supposed to be a great map for Heretics, and honestly, Paper X looked super solid. What Jing was doing with his entry pathing on the A site on the Omen, with all of his different teleport looks, like he had quick TP looks onto pipes with darts and flashes going back site for him to instantly capitalize off. He was smoking top 410, jumping into that as well. Like, he is a threat that Gen G have to figure out.
If there's one man who was probably screaming louder than Texture, it's Coach Alex, of course. This is what he had to say ahead of map 2.
Everyone, Jen Lee here with Coach Alex.
Lumayan biar apa dilihat
Thoughts on Ascent? I feel like the recovery from Paper X is worth mentioning. Could have gone either way too.
I mean, they play very well. They started super strong.
Bangun bang Beci.
Oh fuck, what the?
Oh, dia dengerin deh sampai habis ya. Sebagai bentuk respect didengerin sampai habis ya.
Yeah, surely. But there were some saving grace from Ascent because now there were some fantastic, set pieces and all team play. They were able to count off guard as well. They can continue to do that work. They had some that set play in A main with the going over the top and the double satchel with the Gecko flash. Really well supported, and I think plays like that kind of give Paper X that unique flair that we all know. But I'm really looking to Jing because although it is like a double controller comp on Icebox, they make it look like double duelist somehow. He's like a pseudo duelist the way he's TPing in there and making plays off of the util. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that here.
He's getting very active in a lot of those rounds. I wanted to also say that I was very impressed with how Paper X were dealing with the threat of Textures off on their attacking side too, because I think the first round Texture had money to find the off. Paper X ran a really nice play, are always sort of like using that fade utility to clear away those close corners, and again, using a lot of the Viper smokes, whether that's going to be towards tree or the wall they're sending into mid. It seemed like Texture wasn't able to find as many angles with the op, as many rounds, honestly, to carry that through.
Well, here we go, as we take a look at the agent select here.
Napkin,
My eyes are going to go towards Ash here as well, with the Teho nerf, the fact that he has never played Gecko, so this Sova would make a lot of sense.
I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Gen G here. We saw that in the past, before the Teo meta, Gen G was running KO and Gecko, and we saw how that went earlier today in the Sentinels game.
Tanya
really go Sen's way.
Apa gua menurut gua aja.
This map is just so crucial. That double flash can kind of inhibit what you can do around mid and refreshing the mid lurk information. So I'm liking the hover here. I hope it stays.
Yeah.
And nothing crazy at Paper X either.
I also like the Omen if it comes through. Obviously, Paper X are going to be running that. People, I think
Kau masih pakai plus anjing orang.
Viper, for example, that you lose the threat of one ways with the Omen smoke, and again, the active teleports you can do, whether that's cross map TPs with the ultimate coming online, or just taking more control over like 410, or taking control over yellow in the mains. I think Omen has a lot.
What I love so much about this double controller comp on Icebox is it really allows your Viper player to actually open up their playstyle
My God.
I mean, I'm sure all the
these
people
people
Cin,
hello.
Lu sisi denger kan, Cin? Halo.
Kayaknya beda output dah dia naranya.
Masa sih?
What the fuck?
Iya.
Tapi streamnya itu denger.
Iya. Ini Discord.
Tahu gue headsetnya headset bando soalnya.
Omen smokes just being able to be used to block off Killjoy turret
Coba
on
lu.
the other side, right? I think Omen does a very good job at creating sort of permanent threat around the mid space, whether it's going to be through the use of smokes to assist, a teammate going forwards, or even using that teleport more aggressively. Like, you don't forget you can get on top of tube and try and take more aggressive angles if you're trying to fight for that space for real.
And the last time Gen G ran an Omen on Icebox, it was Texture playing the Omen. You had Karen, you had Karen over on the Viper as well. They have done this before, but usually you sacrifice the duelist, right? It makes sense. But here they're running the Omen and the Jet. So maybe what are some of the differences you guys think compared to the usual duelist-less Omen comps?
I think it allows your Omen player to really lean into their more duelist tendencies. Although not a duelist on paper, it's definitely pseudo-duelist like Ender was bringing up, and they can make cool plays on a map like Icebox where there are so many opportunities for mechanical fights and advantages.
I also think it just makes sense when you value the operator in your duelist hands so heavily, because while yes, Omen can definitely op, you're losing a lot of that power viewpoint. Quickly disengage, quickly reposition on something like the Jet. Also, Jet knives rounds to fix your econ, to be able to play around those as well for really explosive plays and fights over mains or even the food space is something that teams are losing when you play without that agent.
And I think too with the Omen, I'm talking about how it is a pseudo-duelist, but also what the Omen brings to a team in terms of when we look at those A retakes, especially the Omen blind is so oppressive. Sitting default is not an option when you are playing against an Omen that has blind on defense. You either have to get up on their face or play off, and then it kind of has that mind game of, oh, maybe they're Omen on defense, but saving their blind and using it for deeper control, where all the post-plants agents play with their cringe mollies and the snake bite and everything. So excited to see what's next.
Let's find out if this one will go the distance and send it back to Achilles and Paperthin.
Thank you very much. Here we go. Map 2. HyperX's selection of Icebox. Sticking with the same comps. Let's see if they can take this the distance, because we know that there is only bangers on split, and we want to see that third map.
No doubt about it. And this team just gotta be really aware of those flanks.
Just the turret there around the corner.
Divide went for the Sheriff. Alarm bot.
Foxy Nine's actually both kill toys with it. And Foxy gonna be able to find a first kill or something. Get a headshot there. Didn't hurt the drop down.
Anjing 13-11.
Everything blocked off. Gen G now getting clustered together, ready to try to go for the retake here. Some positions for PaperX could still end up getting them around win, but Jing going down. Not going to be a great sight for that as Divide similarly will get taken out. Zika does a hell of a lot of damage, cannot get the eliminations, and Texture, he is not skipping a beat, maintaining the performance that we saw from him on that last map. 3K, they'll be the defuse, and Gen G continue to be perfect in pistols.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the things that you could look back to on Ascent. That maybe if PaperX is able to take one of those pistols, they could potentially take that map. They've got to find a way to get another one, but these Sheriff buys that Gen G has been favoring on their pistols continue to work an absolute treat. Just so difficult to deal with. Alex kind of wants him to maybe shift a little bit in a different direction, but Gen G so fearsome with those Sheriffs.
Full investment again, going to be coming through here from everyone on Gen G. 2 full armors and 2 stingers for Ash and Munchkin. With that Guardian once again. This time a heavier stack situated in this A site. Really spotted out, but must have seen a pixel out of place. Gets the kill onto something through the smoke. Having a rough go of it so far here on Icebox. Texture finds the headshot. Foxy 9 holds down Kitchen. Patman will get a kill found. So that's just going to be the cleanup coming through. Overall, all the hefty weaponry should be carried forward. Looks like they can't quite swap the Bulldog over, so still will have the Stingers.
Yeah, I mean, Gen G just so wise to some of this trickery from PaperX. That's going to be something that you can think about as an advantage for them. Yep, just saw him cross. Just saw the hair on Jet's head. And Foxy 9, stalwart in his defense. A little bit of help there from Texture. That's going to be a pretty nice anti-eco for the side of Gen G. Rifles bought up for PaperX now.
Gue tinggal bentar udah cepet kelarnya ini
push
kayak
some of the
lama
space
banget.
over here towards B. Munchkin gonna have to fall back a little bit. Stinger and a Sheriff, but trying to clear him out.
Wants to play close, wants to be able to try to use that Stinger, but there's the reveal. It's a spot out, up and over the top, trying to see what they can find here. Texture able to just tailwind away. Munchkin able to exit. Forward, Texture flushed out, face in towards him. We'll be able to find Foxy at the same time. The trade up here from the side of PaperX is looking damn good. Taron's still over at the A site. Ash is going to see if he can find anything at all, but Jim says no. Damn near flawless here from PaperX, looking to try to stop another massive streak from building up at the start of the map.
Taron lagi.
Yeah, for sure. Still though, a Guardian for Karan could do some real damage.
For the moment, PaperX not going to be upset at all with this result, but suffer any more damage, lose any more weapons, that's when it's going to be a little bit more concerning. They will clash, looking for the readjust. One more shot would have done it, but Jing able to come out on top.
Yeah, Jing, a real big piece of the puzzle for PaperX on this map, and I love what the desk was talking about with the way that he TPs. Got to keep your eyes on him, especially when he gets his ult. They're going to get creative with it. They'll TP into your spawn, they'll try to TP into some smokes. You got to be head on a swivel, really aware of the map as Gen G. That Omen ult is something that they will really lean into for PaperX. So a lot to consider with the way Jing plays, and they're just going to try to double down onto this same setup. It is going to be the operator for Texture, but that's over on the A side. Patman.
Nice, always do this.
Nearly finding the catch.
Kayak nonton Master Istanbul dulu ini.
Behind the box here in yellow.
Puts Forsaken one away from the Hunter's Fury. He's got the spike in hand. PaperX taking a pause. Refresh of the one-way. Something just baiting a little bit there. See if he's going to get a response.
Press rotations. Ash nearby. Tailwind. Ready here for something. Shots out thrown. Go ahead and get the scout. It's going to be revealed. Seeing a lot more as well. Let's do some info gained. PaperX, 55 seconds remaining. Looking like they don't quite want to commit to this B site.
Oh yeah, you cannot do it like that.
Got the info on the other side of the map with Patman. He was doing his best Nats impersonation just the other day. Now he's kind of noticed that there hasn't been much going on on the other side of the map, so Karan going to be called upon. Foxy9 starting to shift to position as well.
Not spotted. Not registering that something's right above him. Uncharacteristic miss there. Target's taken down. Something more than happy to collect that kill. Finds Foxy9 as well. He puts down the jet. He's able to find Jing. Spike still not planted. 15 seconds remaining as Munchkin looking to get an ace for himself.
10 seconds left.
Texture not in position to try to deny it. Plant in behind the box here from Devi. Has to stick it, has to commit to it. And Munchkin is so damn crisp. The ace is his. The lead maintained. Gen G up 3-1.
That has to be infuriating for PaperX.
He's good to see me.
Texture.
Oh, you guys let him have the ace? Oh, okay. Oh, but the way this started, I mean, PaperX gets 2 early kills, and it looks like they're going to be able to get onto the site, get the plant down, and then it all just starts crumbling apart. Just Munchkin holding from screens. That's all it took. He didn't need much time to get those kills. And that's a...
That absolutely
will be a tilter. Gonna have another operator as well for Texture. He's got the Blade Storm behind it. It's gonna be an operator for Devi. Guardian for something. Let's see what they want to do with that. Passed around as the round goes through. Yeah.
Texture just furiously pushing forward. Finds Jing there in the corner. Clearly Gen G doing their research, learning the tendencies here of the Joman. As
Smokernya mati.
Pipes. It's the double swing, and they're just not looking for it at all. 2 quick headshots. This round is donezo.
Yeah, you got to save now. Gotta keep that operator in play.
Hey.
Last player standing.
Certainly have to back away now. So we got about a minute to just hang out.
Yeah, we've got some time.
This one happened pretty quickly. Toronto, how are you guys doing today?
Shipping OP.
Turret's destroyed.
We like that. Glad you're having a good time.
He's in trouble now, though.
Yeah, pressure starting to come through, so maybe not as much time as we suspected. Gets himself his first kill. Munchkin will fall. Try to rescale up the top. Texture down below. Scoped in. Completely and utterly surrounded. Cloudburst trying to keep him covered. And there you go. Texture plays distract. Foxy9 comes in off the back, and that's 4-1 now for Gen G.
Yeah, this is just kind of one of those moments where PaperX just sort of gets tunnel vision as they're trying to make their way in towards the site. The double TP is being read nicely by Gen G, and something Forsaken. Not really anticipating that, you know, okay, well, Texture wasn't up on pipes. Maybe nobody's up there, but Ash tucked in. Finds 2 great kills. And that is absolutely going to require a timeout from Paper Rex. They've got to figure something out here because what turned into a very close ascent is once again starting out too heavily in favor of Gen G. And you don't want to have to keep climbing back because Gen G is too ferocious, too tenacious, too skilled for you to be going into these deficits.
Especially given that you're starting on the attack.
Correct.
Which is where you should be favored the most going into this map.
Especially when you're Paper Rex.
Let's see. Alex isn't feeling necessarily the full confidence going into this map, but he's trusting in the team to be able to readjust. We already saw that from them on Ascent. We know that they can still get themselves back into the driver's seat here, take control of this. It's a matter of when.
Time out seriously, no?
Minor investments here. Sheriff's out. Couple half armors. Hunter's Fury from the shadows. Not likely to be seen unless they can make this a very close round. Now, everyone going to be clustered up outside of garage here.
See what they want to do. This is going to be some kind of explosive early play. Again, anticipating either an updraft or a TP.
Shot not quite going to connect. Tailwind at the ready. Cloudburst's going to be thrown. It's going to be the orb take here from something. That gets him now the knives. Seems like that's what he wanted. Ching catching a bit of a stray there. Doesn't exit alongside the rest of the team. Now they lose out on their Omen. Trying to scale forward into a site. We already have the Viper Wall preset on B. It's going to prove to be very difficult.
Got the turret there to keep track of Patman if he keeps trying to push through.
Needs to find this shot, and he does. That's huge. That's how they can start to unfurl this for Gen G. Tower on the reposition, up and over the top, and snipes him out of the sky.
Jeez.
Continues to hold the corner, gets the readjust, gets the kill, and now it's just Patman position known. Trying to clutch versus 3. The spike dropped here at Karen's feet.
Poison orb emitting.
Swinging around the back of sight. About to have line of sight here with Karan. Spots him, gets a tiny lick of damage further forward onto him, but cannot flick fast enough to find Ash. 5-1, Gen G maintaining control.
Yet a few ideas for Paper Rex that maybe looked like they could come to fruition. TPs from Jing catches opponents off guard. Karan just so fearsome. He is one of the best side anchors on the planet. And he's one of those players that everybody talks about that you don't want to be going up against when you're trying to make your way through, because he is so clean. He just makes things miserable. Not a boot. You've got a ton of ults for Gen G. Fair share for Paper Rex as well. They're going to overstack mid here.
This is where maybe
to see.
Yeah, maybe where we see those ults invested. Get into a post plant. Hit from Patman could be very, very strong.
Just getting there.
Yeah.
It's been tough for Paper Rex.
Force push from Karan. Bit of a change up here in his positioning. Some texture about to be hunted. Patman should be good for this kill here. You would suspect this. Yep, the shot goes wide. Patman able to collect. Something now trying to go for the entry here alongside Jing. The TP up over the screen. Something pinching in from below. Karan gets taken down. That's a 2-player advantage now for the side of Gen G, but immediately 3 kills found in response. Foxy, Ash, and Munchkin all finding one. The flanker now dealt with, and they have the player advantage. Hunter's Fury not going to be invested here off the plan. Gen G certainly going to be feeling favored. A shock dart is going to be lobbed in. There's just no way to destroy this. They have to back away. They have to respect it. Fine. Just able to work his way out, but no post plant. The pit in response. Munchkin looking to make this unassailable. It's that much more pressure on Forsaken. Playing down here on the ground floor. The push forward finds the first. The defuse, however, being held. Foxy's done it again. Red Bull clutch as he just holds it down.
Oh my god.
It's just unbelievable. I mean, Paper Rex is looking like they've got some good ideas on their scaling into sight, but once they get there, things just start to fall apart. These screens, angles just aren't being dealt with. And they're giving Gen G some good looks. When they keep pressing forward, when they find those initial kills, they get this confidence in them. Like, they can keep pressing, they can keep clearing space. And instead, Gen G just holds the line. Yeah, I mean, these contact plays for Gen G throughout this event have been unbelievable.
A lot was invested there. Just the pit now retained to buy one away from trying to get that lockdown online.
Chin line.
So re-swing back behind yellow.
Pay.
Looks like maybe a late little linger here from Forsaken. That would have been the hospital flick right there had he landed it. But Forsaken does get to breathe a sigh of relief. Keep his life intact.
No, I'm checking. That's a normal way.
And even if you get that lockdown, there is the counter for Ash with the Hunter's Fury, but well, now he knows that it's a pretty good spot for him.
Swing out, something does manage to find Karen up over the top. Cloudburst lending credence to this position, but Ash on the re-swing does get taken down. Something does get traded out by Munchkin. Their own pit now in play here for Paper Rex. TP heard, Foxy 9. Fire able to find one. Shot Dart takes him to one. And that's going to be Patman cleaning it up. Paper Rex going to be able to go ahead and find their second round win. Texture with the operator certainly does not want to play into this site.
I mean, again, now Paper Rex is starting to find some adjustments. They're able to scale into sight very nicely, and they have the pit there for a little bit of extra comfort. Jing trying to get active with those TPs, but so far, that's mostly been dealt with by Gen G, but the rest of the players doing their job. Ash had a moment there when that Cloudburst was going down that something wasn't even looking in his direction. Might have been able to find the kill, but was just pulling off and ended up paying the price. Yep, that's Texture just holding the line there.
Not going to be rewarded with any hunters here. Paper X will go ahead, stick together, exit back out through A main. So Op going to be held over. Paper X get themselves their second round, and crucially, do not have to use the lockdown to get the win. So still have that in their back pocket as we get ready to go in around 9.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the very least, to bait out a Hunter's Fury. It's going to be a Blade Storm for Texture behind this operator, though. It's very, very scary. So now he's got extra options for the retakes.
One enemy remaining.
Patman there. Where Munchkin was. They saw him when he killed Jing. They're able to clean him out nicely. See if they can string a few more together here. Try to put some mid pressure. Munchkin there. Foxy as well, going to try to plug that gap under 2. Looking for that TP up and over 2 from Jing. See if
we'll get the Cloudburst, but hearing it popped should still give the information over to Paper Rex. And still very suspicious about his back yellow position. Pushboard getting ready to come through as Texture readjusts, finds something. Cleans up that kill, now wants the re-peek. And he is rewarded for it. Forsaken going to be taken down. Munchkin reading the flank, coming in here under 2. Well, the classic swaps to the Phantom and eventually finds his target. Jing will clean up the Viper, but finds himself in a 1v3. Spike still back over by the garage.
I have the spike.
Picks it up, but likely feels like he's got no other recourse than to try to play this out, to try to clutch it.
This is difficult to say the least. Try to TP forward. Foxy 9 right around the corner.
Let's swing, getting ready to come through. Not even necessary. Ash will go ahead and find it at long range. Gen G preventing Paper X from finding any back-to-back round wins.
Yeah, this is now very scary for Paper Rex. You've given up a positive defender side on Icebox to Gen G. And against Team Heretics, you were so destructive on your attacker side. You just can't get anything going here. This time, you know, using that shock dart, thinking you've cleared Texture enough behind yellow. Texture's always gonna repeat. He's always gonna dip back into that well. We've seen it time and time again where he is fearless to go for those repeats because of how fast he is, how confident he is in his flicks, in his own ability. That one really killed Paper X. You're gonna have to take another second timeout in the first half. Paper X, just like we saw in Ascent.
Yep. Alex knows that they need these last 3 round wins before they swap over onto that defender side. And with the vibe just not quite getting there like we were seeing it on Ascent as that run back began. This is a last-ditch effort. PaperX looking rougher around the edges than we had anticipated coming into this series.
This is where you're looking for somebody on PaperX to have that hero play, to have that big multi-kill round, to get them fired up, to get Jason on his feet. To try to change this match destiny. Still sitting on some big ults, but the economy a little bit weak for PaperX. Couple rifles, a Guardian and a Sheriff. Still have that lockdown, still have that Hunter's Fury, but Ash has been just holding his Hunter's Fury, waiting for Devi.
Oh my god.
Hasn't ever really needed to.
I'm gonna sleep.
This time PaperX are really going to spread the map.
Okay.
Quick TP up tube.
Okay.
Jing, he's right back.
I'm gonna sleep here.
Oh,
yeah, true. Watch me sleep on stream, bro.
It's been noted, though.
He's like, Ali, where are you? And then I'm
Watch
sleeping.
here before this swings in. Shot goes a little bit wide. Pac-Man going to try to collect it. Does just that. Flank now going to have to be concerning here for Gen G. Overall, though, it's going to be a 1-for-1.
You should run.
Swing out something dead.
I would do
Foxy
like
9.
him too. He's my idol.
Find the kill right as the lockdown gets infested.
We will do like
PaperX scrambling. As Forsaken similarly. He's trying to get back in, but now it's just a lockdown. The two players from PaperX worlds apart.
I guess I'm gonna sleep. No hope
Spike out wide in the open.
No hope.
Ya, Ninja LL.
Yeah, bro.
Who can take the first step to trying to claw this one back?
7-2.
I got the spike.
Spike is going to be recovered. Patman going to try to scale forward. Does he read Foxy's position at all? No, he's trying to escape to get away from the dart so he doesn't get revealed. But Foxy is laying in wait. And that is now 8-2.
This just seems like it's going to be a play to sell a fake the whole way. But things just kind of crumble here mentally for PaperX. They're not anticipating, they're not understanding that negative space. They knew Karan was up on pipes and Jing still went for that duel and lost.
No, Overwatch.
It is baffling sometimes. As good as this team can be. Definitely a little off course. It's going to be all stingers for them. They're just seemingly lining up for an A-Rush.
True.
Point blank hits it. Cannot escape. Jing does well to get the punish, to get the trade. But Munchkin, top screen. A pixel there to find Forsaken. Comes up with the kill. Swing around the back down. Patman looking for a little bit more runs out of bolts on the stickers. So Foxy 9 able to collect too. Jing will be able to get on top of him to find the elimination. Brings it into a 1v2, but still does not have the spike in hand. Does get caught there by the drone. You know his position. The flank is coming through. Cue the Jaws music. Karan circling here, ready to strike. Shadows traveling. Some cycled smokes and any kind of path would lead to demise, but Ash will just find him, trying to explore around. 9-2, Gen G.
Oh my god, look at my team that
looking to make this a swift one.
Yeah, bro.
Acer was so fast. Even though the trap is set by PaperX. Still Munchkin. That tight angle finds the shots. Foxy 9 so good from up on Raspberry. Just no hope there for Jing. I thought maybe he'd go for his ultimate. Had it available, but had no idea where the other player was. He knew where the Sova was, most likely because of the recon dart. Yeah, why not?
Unless Foxy sold it. They've got so much money, they might as well. Texture's going crazy on that push, and something just turns around and says, oh, there you are. Quick kill found. Hunter's Fury now coming through. Munchkin is dead. Great little set play coming in, and suddenly PaperX are looking coordinated. They're looking great. They're looking clean. And you have to ask, where has this been for the entirety of this half?
Bro. I didn't say that, bro. You said that.
I mean, what a way to end it. What a way to end it. Go flawless. Get the 9-3 curse, you know?
Could very well be the case. We'll see. I mean, it has to, again, start from the pistol. Gen G has not dropped a single one yet in this tournament. We'll see if PaperX can deliver their first loss. Come back after halftime.
Biasakan nonton PaperX sampai akhir, El. Ini tidak isu
Esports is a $2 billion industry now, but it all started in dingy basements and cramped living rooms.
From how the pros train to how the money flows, this G2 and MasterCard series breaks it all down. 12 episodes, packed with insight and lessons for anyone looking to understand the world of competitive gaming. Ready to learn the game behind the game?
Stay tuned for what's next. You won't want to miss it.
Oh my god. Man, lucky.
Yeah, he's gonna be sleep streaming on there. That's why he wins, because he's sleeping all the time.
True.
The streamer is unique. This streamer is unique lah, he's sleeping.
So true, so true. Maybe I will do the same, bro. Maybe I will do the same. And then I can see like Rema donate. Sleep 3. Never seen a streamer sleep on stream like this before, but one of a kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me drop one gifted for his uniqueness.
All right, we are back and about to go into the second half here of this Icebox. Dire straits at the moment for Paper Rex.
Absolutely. Taking a look at the Coinbase Econ report, a zero. A donut for something.
Oh boy.
He has 9 kills. He's top fragging.
Spending all of his money every round.
For sure. But Munchkin, on the other hand, has that ace. He really just accelerates and is in cruise control the rest of the time. He is dishing it out, as well as just calling brilliantly for the side of Gen G as usual.
So beautiful,
He's just had such a tremendous run these last couple years.
That's his
as a leader for Gen G. Just so well prepared, just has his opponent's tendencies so well understood, so well researched. Time and time again, it just feels like you're hitting your head against a brick wall, trying to find openings in Gen G.
And if you were taking bets ahead of the event about which player would get the first ace of the tournament, Munchkin I think would be not that high on the list. You'd go for maybe Karon, maybe Texture on this team, Zekin on Sentinels.
Sure. I can think of a lot of players that I would consider, and Munchkin isn't anywhere near my thought process.
He is looking very good here on the Icebox. Gen G though, quickly sliding forward in towards his A site, turn around the back to go ahead and try to alert them.
Money to buy the PC, bro.
They realize that there's a flank coming through, but how many players? I don't think they're going to be able to read that until they hear the footsteps. Shock Dart going to be sent out. Pushing up out of the smoke. Foxy 9 able to find one, get some collab damage as well in. Something in Jing. Both tagged to hell. Munchkin now outflanking the flankers. Looks for the second, gets it, and it's a flawless pistol here on Icebox in this tournament. Gen G have not dropped a single one.
It's just been perfection. They've just found the sauce. I mean, these sheriffs are just unbelievable, but it's more about positioning here. This is all just about them understanding. You know, last time, if you think back to the defensive pistol round for Paper Rex, it was a 3-man push towards B Garage, with Jing TPing in, throwing the paranoia, them collapsing on the players, trying to get out of their heretics. So immediately, Gen G, not receiving any resistance, is just so ready for these flanks. And Foxy 9 finds an angle that they're just not anticipating. And why not? Why not, Munchkin? Sure.
We'll have to see that one back. There's 3 players over towards Green, and Munchkin just manages to kill off 2 of them now.
Gonna double down on the aces.
Wow, happy birthday, Rima. These are birthday.
Leg spotted. Damage across there onto Jing. Munchkin be able to try to find it. There's the 3K.
I'm just flabbergasted with Gen G. I mean, I knew they're good. But this form that they're coming into this event with is
24 my age.
unbelievable. I mean, they look like they're ready to win another Masters.
They're looking better than they did at Shanghai.
100%. 100%. This is the best I've ever seen this team in this iteration. Like with this current roster,
Our best teacher.
hands down. They are just dominant.
His name is Vicky Prasetya.
1984.
English is very good.
What?
Is that your birthday?
Online teacher?
Yeah,
You're old.
video.
Something around that, yeah. I remember when cars first started coming out.
Yeah.
Horses were going away.
Well,
He's live. He's in
he's
every
gonna
other.
try to die to the spike, or at least Levi will. Munchkin is lingering, maybe making a 4-piece here. And now Fox will take it away. So there you go. It's another flawless though. There's
Maybe
Chen
start with President.
just looking to just very cleanly sweep through the remainder of this map. Got so much firepower
I
going
think
into
there's
this.
no
That's
third
okay.
round, right?
All right, Munchkin.
This is the last game.
Yeah, last map. If they lose.
Right as the smoke gets a glimpse of Patman. And just
Texture and
absolutely
Munchkin is too
disgusting.
crazy.
Look at the state of the economy here. Half armors from here, everybody on the side of Paper Rex. 3 full armors, 2 Bulldogs, 3 Guardians. Gen G can absolutely convert this.
Yeah.
Paper Rex gonna have to dig deep as something storming forward. Somehow doesn't see the head of Texture there, but is still gonna be able to exit. Push out over towards Pipes though, and Jing. Same cannot be said. Trying to lurk, and somehow something doesn't get that kill. 5 HP, he's still alive. He's looking for more. Forsaken will be able to say no.
Oh my god.
Here's one back, but player advantage there for Gen G. Now expounded upon. As Forsaken falls to the wayside. Patman, good for the lurk. 2v3. Divide. A quick Texture. The drop down, the double face, the kill. Patman now needing to clutch once more, but Ash will not allow it. Bonus converted, match point found. Gen G are looking incredible.
It's just jaw-dropping. What do you do against this? I mean, they're just unbelievably skilled with so many different weapons. Doesn't matter what it is, like these one-tap guns, Sheriff's Guardians, phenomenal with those. Discipline is incredible. They take contact better than anybody we've seen so far here in Toronto.
See it in his dream. So
I think it goes without saying now that this should absolutely be the last team picked out of Swiss, because they are just destroying, Forget it.
Texture just spraying and praying, getting rewarded. The rich getting richer is something. And Divide destroyed off the rip. Jing with a nice shot is able to find Munchkin, takes down the IGL. Texture gonna be out for blood, out for a little bit more. Nice second. Wolfball Jing with the second kill for a little bit more. Patman now needing to clutch it, but he cannot. 13-3, Gen G. Looking astounding. Denying us a 3-mapper, denying us a banger on split. They'd rather just look good.
They look better than good. It's near perfection from Gen G throughout this opening group stage of Swiss here at Masters Toronto. 2-0, 2-0. Don't drop a pistol the whole way. This is a team that is looking to claim another trophy. This is a team that has come in here with a fire underneath them, and they have stolen away the thunder of Paper Rex.
They played 4 maps, haven't dropped any pistols, 8-0 in that regard, and have only dropped 20 rounds.
That's outrageous.
This team is looking like something else.
And in this
well-earned
field,
victory in a very well-earned spot in the playoffs.
You think about this, the field they've gone up against, and they've just ran them over.
Unbelievable scenes here from Gen G. Congratulations to them. We'll see them in the playoffs for Paper Rex, though. That road is not yet finished. Need to be able to close out another one to join the rest of those teams. But we're going to send it down to Gen, who's standing by for a Verizon post-match interview with Texture.
Thank you, everyone, and one more time for Gen G! I'm gonna steal Texture. Texture, see? Okay, come over here. Now, Texture, we see a lot of confidence from you and also from the way you play, what is the source of this confidence? 텍스처 선수 오늘 보니까 그냥 보법이 다르던데 이 자신감과 미친 폼의 원천은 무엇일까요?
저에 대한 믿음이라고 생각합니다.
Having that full faith in myself. And also, I think today was all about how you guys worked really well as a team, as a unit. And I think it has to do with how you kind of ease the transition of Foxy9 and also Ash into the team. Can you talk to us a little bit about that as well? 일단 오늘 팀워크가 굉장히 빛났고 어떻게 보면 페이퍼렉스를 물리칠 수 있었던 것도 이런 빈틈없는 팀워크 덕분인 것 같거든요. 폭시9 선수와 애쉬 선수가 굉장히 잘해주고 있는데 또 마태형으로서 어떤 식으로 이 두 선수를 도와주고 있는지도 들어보고 싶어요.
제가 게임 들어올 때마다 무대 올라올 때마다 해주는 말이 있는데 저는 일찍 집에 갈 생각 없거든요. 그래서 오늘 무조건 이긴다고 말을 하고 있고 그리고 제가 이렇게 해야 우리 애들도 따라서 할 수 있다고 생각을 하기 때문에 그래서 좀 더 자신감 있게 하려고 하는 편입니다.
Well, there's one thing that I always tell Foxy9 and Ash as we step into the venue and onto the stage, and that is, yo, I don't want to go home. I want to stay as long as I can in Masters Toronto. And I feel like that kind of mindset is what the two rookies really need, and that kind of mindset and the confidence that I show in myself kind of will be emulated by those two players and to the rest of the teammates as well. So, you know what, I try to really be confident and really put it out there, show it, just so that we can put out our best performance on stage as well. Now, lastly, Texture, for the first round of the playoffs, pick one team that you would like to face and one team that you would rather not face. 이제 플레이오프에 진출하게 됐잖아요. 1라운드에서 만나고 싶은 팀 하나 뽑아주시고 안 만나고 싶은 팀 하나 뽑아주시면 감사하겠습니다.
누가 있지? 솔직히 퍼시픽 그냥 RRQ는 만나기 싫고 퍼시픽이라서 그냥 퍼시픽 말고는 아무 팀이나 상관없는 것 같습니다.
하나만 뽑아야 된다면?
G2나 G2? 네.
Well, I don't want another regional matchup in the playoffs, so I would say RRQ, I would rather not face them. And for the team that I would like to face, I would pick G2. Thank you, Texture. Congratulations.
Unfortunately, Texture will not get a choice because it's the Seed 1 teams that get to pick, but I have a sneaky feeling after the Swiss stage, it might be like Master Shanghai all over again, where nobody wants to pick Genji. They're going to have to get defaulted because, Christy, this is they're back on form. This is a championship-winning form team.
It is avoid Genji at all costs. This team is completely dialed in right now. I mean, on an individual level, Texture obviously popping off. I think Foxy9 also had an incredible map. Munchkin too. They're coordinated. They're playing so well together. I'm really scared about this team.
I think Texture's performance, especially during this Switch stage, he's definitely put himself in the conversation of one of the best duelists at this tournament, and he is definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and again, like I said, some of those Seed 1 teams, I personally wouldn't choose Genji unless they want to have the hardest possible road they can. But after today, Sen and Genji have made playoffs, which means there's only 2 slots left, and that is going to come down to some of our teams here. And it's going to get really sad because Elimination Day is tomorrow. Yeah, my predictions have been garbage. So how are you guys feeling about these teams tomorrow? Who's your money on?
They're tough to call, I'm going to be honest. Team Heretics and Wolves, I think Wolves actually has a lot of potential as a team. They had a great showing, in my opinion, at Sentinels. Despite not winning a map, it was very close. And for the second map, Team Liquid versus MIBR, is Nats going to be playing? Is MIBR going to bounce back? It could go either way.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at performance in this tournament, Wolves by far had the best showing. But I think Heretics and MIBR both criminally underperformed relative to like what we know that they are capable of. And of course, with Matt's coming back, I think that's the hardest one to call for me is that first series, whether or not MIBR will bounce back.
Yeah, you said if Nats is going to be coming back. Mel, don't do that to me. I don't want to think about a world.
I just want to, I'm not going to believe it until I see him sitting up there. I don't want to jinx it. He's one of my favorite players. I really don't want to.
There was a clip of him rolling up to the hotel, getting out of the taxi like a VIP. He is in Toronto. I'm hoping he will be playing tomorrow. We'll find out, I guess, when we get the roster confirmation. But to me, that's going to make a world of difference. If he was here in the first round of Swiss stage, Mel, I would have backed Liquid to maybe even be playing today in the 1-0 bracket.
Yeah, considering how close their match was with Billy without Nats, I can only imagine having him back. You can even argue they might have a mini honeymoon phase, and even though he's on the team, going with the sub and coming back in, having that, revitalization of the team, who knows what could happen.
Yeah, it's such an easy sell, right? Your leader is back, you're going to be completely fine. And honestly, I think that just having the brains behind the operation back is going to be a good sign. We saw individually they were still playing really well. Kiko was looking really solid in that long series versus BLG, and now he's back, and you know what that means, Sue?
Cats!
Cats!
Have
you always wanted to meow with, in a big venue like this, you're the echo?
Do you know what? That is on top three of my list of everything that I wanted to do. Yeah, I'm in my golden era. But thank you very much, Ender and Mel, for joining me today. Congratulations to Sen and Genji for making it through. We're going to be back tomorrow with Elimination Day, starting with Team Heretics versus Wolves. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely evening, and we'll see you then.
Masih di Spotify nggak sih, Dit?
Masih, cuma kan di sini bukan sebagai SR.
Tapi tadi Twitternya @melanji, ini bukan SR.
Emang melanji Twitternya mah. Jarang nggak sih Twitter kan susah.
Both teams had a great start in their opening matches, but that was just a warm-up compared to the stakes today. Playoffs are on the line.
Zekin just unaware of what's going on, and Zelsa tries to swing in for him. They end up going 2 for 2. Russia moves in. Oh my goodness, again! That is ungodly from Russia! If they could stop the wingman, they didn't. Wingman gets the plant down, and John and Bang get to work. Blink, can you miss it? It is out in the open, and they've got to come forward. Now it's Zekin in a 1 versus 3. And Russia is too quick for him. The dragon stirs, and Billy are eyeing off that playoff spot. There's so much pressure on Zelsis. Oh, Borussia caught on the teleport. What a snap from John. Tiny stuff. And so the round ends as quickly as it began. Well, a swing of this smoke now. See Zekin prank the crosshair placement and deal with Levius. YZ has to salvage. Russia down, no big damage done. Noisy eventually will be dealt with. Electrifying play from Zekin in a 4-piece to secure the equalizer map. Sentinels are far from done. They have to go through the thorns. Bay wants to swing off of it. Trades. Decken now with the showstopper. Stopped in his tracks. YZ with an op shot now. He's in the thick of things. In the heart of the maelstrom, YZ wants to push up and with this op. Oh, are you kidding me? Devastating impact from YZ. Get rid of Zekin, but John is there to find the trade. Nightfall for the attack side now, and Knight doesn't know what's coming. Neck with a wrap from Drop. John finds his third for the round, and Sentinels back in front. Delsis is going to be jumped on in trees, got nowhere to go. Primaries are available again. And back-to-back. Neff in a solo situation. Signed, sealed, delivered. Sen City are back in a Masters playoffs.
This is one of the most competitive rivalries in Valorant we have never seen. Today will be the tiebreaker, and not only that, the winner will be advancing straight to playoffs.
One spot out, I believe, over towards Foxy9 as Texture on the repick finds Patman. Paranoia does not connect, and Texture does it again. At the consequence of their teammates' positions, Mr. 4K's back. Better slow down here, Texture. You know what happens when you get those aces. Up and over the top, and Karen takes it away! Unbelievable! Hair off the push, though. He's put himself on offer, but Padman hits the transfer. He versus Texture. The swing out, the headshot. Padman gets the Red Bull clutch. Look, go ahead and try to barrel stuff here against Divide, but he gets taken down, and it's all on Karon. Just the stinger in hand, and it's good enough. So damn damn close to OT, but still so far away. Something finds Foxy 9 as well. Once Kid puts down the jet, single find Jing. Spike still not planted. 15 seconds remaining as Munchkin looking to get an ace for himself. Devi has to stick it, has to commit to it, and Munchkin so damn crisp. The ace is his.
They are just destroying. Forget it.
Texture just spraying and praying, getting rewarded for a little bit more.
What do you work
Now needing to clutch it, but he cannot. 13-3, Gen G looking astounding.
So fakta, bro. So fakta. Yeah.
Absolute fakta.
Thank God I'm not Indonesian citizen, bro.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying fakta. Yeah. Right now it's like 4:30, right? Indonesian time.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, 5:30. Yeah, bro. Not the same.
So you're from the future.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, Bang Bachin will wake up later.
Oh man.
Trust me, bro. Trust me.
Sort of stress me.
Yeah, bro.
By when you say later, what time? 2 hour, 1 hour, 7 hour?
7 o'clock Indonesian time.
7. Oh my god.
I'm using the power of Dukun. Yeah, bro. I cannot believe it, lah. Damn. Cannot believe this is what he does. Unreal.
Bless.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Time are you guys going to sleep?
Oh, what?
What time are you guys gonna sleep?
Don't know.
I'll play 15 minutes ago. More.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you going to sleep now?
Probably.
Stream lah, stream.
Stream what? Damn. Oh, sleep stream. Yeah. Next time, let me start an account. Let me get affiliated. Free money lah. Free income.
Yeah.
Why I gotta work so hard to get a job, bro?
Yeah. Of course.
Just be like Bang Bachin lah, like my idol, my idola.
Oh, idol.
Yeah, bro.
He works so hard until he doesn't have time to sleep, so he sleep on stream.
Yeah, bro. Oh my god. He's so... Yeah, bro. He's so hardworking lah. Holy shit. Okay lah. Nobody works as hard as Bang Bachin, bro.